Jody and Emma are fighting the patriarchy.
Yeah, I would like
All the fucking
I would
drums.
actually like to speak on the background, Mojo, because I think you know that I came up with that myself after the like really bad Brad live that happened. That sort of was the climax of this whole thing.
Bad Brad.
Well, not like Brad, but his live. You know that live. The
Bad Brad. Oh
Bad
my God,
Brad.
it's Bad Brad.
Not bad Brad, not bad Brad, but the notorious Brad live, I should say. So at any rate, I just want to say that we did run that a few times. I think you remember, you've at least seen it, me running that, especially closer to when that happened maybe a month ago or whatever. And what happened is the conversations halted because men saw this and assumed that they were the good men. And so that did not spark, Brad, no, it's not you. We love you, Brad. Just the live. But anyways, what it did was it halted conversation. So we went back to the original messaging because it provoked other men. It provoked men that even thought they might be the good men to ask, why is it all men? Until no men. Why am I included in that? And I had plenty of men who came to me that were like vehemently against the all men until no men messaging. And later, after I had a bunch of lives and expressed the statistics around the patriarchy, etc., that actually said, you know what, I'm sorry that my approach was really defensive initially. I completely understand it now, and I don't take offense to it anymore.
So what you're telling us is that you are looking to invoke a negative response from men.
I don't want a negative response, Mojo. I expect.
That's literally what you're saying.
Yeah, I don't like you're contradicting yourself from previously in the debate.
That a bad response gets more of an attention. Bad responses get the conversation.
Bro, we literally pulled up a study that said I said, bro, we literally brought up a study. We scratched. Can you? Okay, whatever.
Okay,
and then put the R word at the end of it because it provokes people. Because it gets people revoked. Could I make that one?
Okay, let's
As
calm
well
down
as
for
I
a
would
moment.
like to ask my
We have
question,
a
as
cue.
this is the time that
Yes.
was
Thank you,
allotted to
Glass.
this.
Go ahead. Ask your question.
My question is this: is why is it when we talk about marginalized feminine people or feminine people as a whole that the side of it's not all men immediately goes to the fact that this is detrimental to men, this is hurting men? What about the women who are actively hurting? Y'all never address that single argument.
When did we ever say that? When did we ever say that?
You did not address
Wait,
that
hold on.
single
Hey,
argument
when did we ever say
came out
that?
of Jody's
Let
and
Glass
Emma's
finish.
mouth of why is it that when that is said that you immediately go to defending men, that men don't do anything wrong, that men need to be protected, this is detrimental to the male population?
Wait,
your response
none of us ever said
that was
that.
never said.
You do not address the question.
The
You
debate-
simply
okay.
react with your
Of our
emotion.
position
And I
we
would
never
like to
made. Why would we
reiterate,
ever
let
say
me
something
finish
like that?
speaking.
Right. Let Glass land the plane, and then y'all can talk.
All I am saying is, why is the immediate response to say it is detrimental and use words and conflicting points that represent that standpoint, when all Emma and Jody have been asking, and all the people who are on the side of all men until no man is asking, is why are our voices not heard, and why are our stories the ones that get damned?
Can I ask you just quick, Glass, before I answer your question? Did you watch the full debate? Okay. Nobody, nor Cringy, ever made a position that it hurts men, right? In fact, our position more is that bad messaging means that we don't get enough necessary political power to pass laws and changes into this country that can help women. That's literally our position. So I don't know, I guess if that's like a straw man of our position, that's fine. I know Jody and Emma have been doing that professionally this entire time, but that's wasn't a relevant question for us to address because it wasn't a relevant position we ever made.
Scratch, can I ask if you listened to my response to the last prompt? Because you said that all I've been doing, I'll speak for myself, that all I've been doing is grandstanding this whole time and not providing any resources or evidence. And yet I spent 5 minutes, if you had been listening, but I know you've left the room a few different times, going through the 1970s through today and how this messaging and its structure has impacted, not only had major impacts in society, but also the way in which we see harm. And so when we talk about Title IX, marital rape laws, sexual harassment in the workplace, advances in those areas, that would be part of these feminist movements that had the all men until no men structural framework. So I'm not sure.
Oh, structural framework, not the actual slogan though.
No, they did eventually, but not at the 19th.
Okay, because I actually referred to debate. I went to Google statistics and I was looking up when these slogans started popping up, and I think the earliest I saw for this one was like 2023.
Not for this one.
Yeah, let me just check one more time. I'll just make sure.
Well, while y'all are doing that, thank you so much, class. I'm going to move up to the next person in the list, so I'm going to drop you down.
Are we doing one out of?
There better be a cringy Glazer.
Thanks,
like
class.
Jesus.
Well, unfortunately, I, from experience, have noticed that if you lose the debate, you're probably going to be in the hot seat for a little bit. But thank you,
Robot,
Cringy
can you
and Scratch,
bring
for staying
up
with us.
Bro, make sure to bring up Hex, Lucas,
Mojo?
or Aaron. Thank you.
Mojo,
Yeah,
can you reset
everybody's
your
going to
gift
have a
roll,
chance.
please? I don't know if Mojo's there. Oh,
Yeah, I'm here.
yeah. I just want you to be able to get that.
Or Fence, I guess.
Hey,
What did
DDJ.
you?
I was just waiting for my turn to
Yeah.
speak. Sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
I just wanted to ask a question about the analogies during the debate. Because it seemed to me that Emma and Jody were basically saying that any analogy towards another form of oppression is bad faith or irrelevant. I was wondering why we shouldn't
Beast.
try and make analogies to other forms of oppression so we can make sure the messaging is good.
The only
Follow.
analogy that they used was the Jewish people as it relates to Israel Palestine. So I didn't say that. I didn't say that for everything. I said it in direct response to what they asked for.
So would you have been fine with them using like the oppression of Black people?
Yeah, that's
Just
different.
real quick before
We already have that. That's Black Lives
it's all
Matter.
men until it's no men.
Right.
Here's the earliest it ever popped up.
I scratch.
Scroll down.
I'm sorry. I'm talking to DDJ right now.
It's the earliest it ever popped up on the internet was 2022.
Oh,
So
I'm sorry. Why
maybe
are
there's
you
some institution
interrupting?
that structurally were using that kind of thing. But
Okay, let's calm down, Cringy and Cratch.
Yeah, so
Like,
DDJ,
like-
we said during the debate too, and I also talked about this several times. We used Black Lives Matter as it, so it's yes. So the answer to your question is yes. I agree with you. Emma would agree as well.
Okay. I'm glad you guys agree with that because it
course.
seemed like you guys were unwilling to capitulate on analogies relevant to
Do
other
you
forms
understand
of
why?
oppression.
Let me expand on that though. I just want to make sure you understand why. We did not want to go. They were specifically multiple times, if you remember, brought up Jewish people as that analogy, right? Like in two different cases, they brought that up. So what I didn't want to do, and they brought it up in the sense of Israelis having more power within the Israel-Palestine conflict or G-side. And so what I didn't want to do is have us go into a debate about that. And so that was the only reason I was opposed to that specifically. But I agree with you.
It was just a sub argument. You don't want to like
wanted to
engage in the weeds.
Yeah,
you don't have to explain, Cringy. It was a question directed towards the
Yeah,
ladies.
thank you. Anyways,
Yeah,
I appreciate your question, but I understand.
Yeah, that's completely understandable. I wish you said that, but I know tensions were flaring, so I know shit happens. We get you mistaken and don't say everything we want to say. Everybody was cutting each other off, so that's understandable.
Thanks for being here.
I wanted
appreciate it.
I wanted to ask another question too.
Yeah,
As
go ahead.
far as everyone in here basically already agreeing that the MAGA slogan is better, I just want to ask really Jody and Emma, why do you guys think the MAGA slogan is better than this slogan?
Oh, I don't think that I would say that. I think that might have been cringy in Scratch's argument. You might want to ask them.
So you disagree with the idea that the MAGA slogan is better for the Republican Party than this slogan is for feminists?
Well, I don't think it's a one-to-one comparison, and I also mentioned that, right? we're talking about MAGA as a slogan in multiple facets. So not only has MAGA as a slogan been in our faces as a presidential campaign since, I don't know, for like over a decade now, right? So that's part of it. And you have a president backing this that unfortunately a good majority of our country believe in, right? Because I'm obviously on the left. So that would be a part of it. So this is more of a grassroots movement, which I've already explained. I've already expressed.
Okay, well,
And so it's not a one-to-one comparison. So you're right. There has been, in terms of like presidential success, there's no, I mean, the thing is how do you prove that Make America Great Again has influenced any legislation other than the fact that Donald Trump is using it as a means to say, I don't know, perpetuate his plan to move us back.
So Jody, wait, I'm sorry. Actually, I have something very the study I was citing, the presidential campaign one, slogans one. I actually directly cited MAGA as being a very good
Again,
slogan.
I think this is about messaging and not slogan, right? This is about
What do you
trying
mean?
to educate and as in a presidential. This is why I brought to DDJ. This is why I brought the attention to Scratch and Cringy earlier about where they got their point of what a good slogan fits into in terms of like criteria. And when he brought up the fact that one of the pieces that he took from was a presidential campaign research paper discussing what slogans work best, I thought that was sort of not a good place not a good source to use, because that's not what this is about. This isn't a presidential campaign slogan.
This is about messaging surrounding a slogan. Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, I'm talking too much.
Isn't the America First
wanted to
slogan like
hear
based
what you
on like racism and like bigotry? And
wait,
like,
can I
doesn't-
respond to what Jody said though, or?
Yeah, go for it.
So I think you're kind of missing the point of my question.
Okay.
It being a presidential slogan isn't too relevant. Insofar as I'm pretty sure Cringy and Scratch were able to provide some sort, of reasoning that this slogan really does, like, in a way, it seems like it demonizes men for all the men that don't understand it. The slogan, then the definition behind it, what you guys mean by it is right. But as far as men seeing it, they usually see it in a negative light. Whereas when conservatives, these dumbass conservatives that don't know anything see the MAGA slogan, they're like, oh shit, this seems great. They usually don't have negative aversions to
Yeah,
it.
but
So,
so there's plenty of people in the country that have many negative aversions to it, correct? And they lost on it in 2020. Is that correct?
No, yeah, I agree with that. But the point
Okay, so
is that there's
so you just proved your point. It doesn't
So
always
Jody,
work.
Jody, the other study I had,
I'm on
class
phone.
would have the
Well,
Isselman
thank you so much
Snowman
for
would have
stopping by, EDJ. Like, this is a question and answer, Cringy. You don't have to continue the debate with Jody.
Bro, but
So
there's this
thank
always
you
be
wanted
for
to
so
say
based.
I want to ask
You're
another
You're right.
question.
I'll just make my Substack post.
I want to ask another question, Jody, about that other slogan that I brought up. If I understand that you said it wasn't provocative, so you didn't get people to talk to you, but I thought the goal was to try and get men to understand what's going on and to get men to help stop the problem. So if somebody is an evil man and they come in and they think they're the good man and they agree that they will help stop the bad men, isn't that also a good outcome?
No, because they wouldn't think. Well, first of all, I think that's a weird assumption. That's kind of like a lot of what ifs, right?
No, because you said
Sure.
that they came up and said they thought they were the good men. If they thought
I
they were
didn't
the
say-
good men,
I'm
if they thought
saying
they were,
if they're passing through, can I just be clear? I'm saying, let's say you have it on your background, right? And they're passing through. That doesn't go to them, oh, well, I need to address this, because they're immediately like, well, I'm part of the good part, so I don't need to talk about it.
yeah, but
If
the
I
second
say it's
part of
all
that is
men-
holding, the second
Sorry.
part of that is holding all men accountable. And if they think they're a good man and they're going to hold all men accountable, isn't that what you're looking for them to do?
But there's no conversation, Mojo, because then every man that swipes through and sees that says, I'm a good man. Not every man, but probably most men are going to say, I'm a good man. That doesn't provoke their, do you see what I'm saying?
So yeah, I do. I see. You basically just want people to come on and so you can yell at them. That's what it seems like.
No, because what it is I want to have a conversation. I want men to go, oh yeah, like I can see based on all this research that I usually go over, right? that how I can be a part of this system. It doesn't mean, Mojo, that you're like the fucking worst person ever. It doesn't mean anything like that, right?
It's a call to action.
Yeah, all it means is like, hey, when I see somebody at a bar like hitting on a woman and she's very uncomfortable, I'm gonna step in. When my friend makes a sexist joke, I'm gonna step in. If I see a woman's idea in the conference room get taken over by a man with the same using her idea, like I'm gonna say something. Like it's like moving over in the sidewalk to make a woman less uncomfortable, you know, like things. It's being just aware of your role in society. That's all it is. It's not an indictment of you. It's just a call to action to say, hey, this has been an ongoing issue and we need good men to help us. That's all it's saying. And so by saying it's all men until no men is also implying that, listen, we don't know, Mojo, I don't know you on the street, right? So I don't know that you're a good man. I have to just assume, just like I would a shark, that I'm going to be attacked if I don't immediately respond in.
All right. None of us need this. None of us have to be part of that discussion at all. I am simply talking about the slogan, and you simply disagree with the altered slogan because you don't get to have people come in so that you can yell at them.
Yeah, I don't think it provokes
you intentionally. What? Yeah, you intentionally want to provoke men to come in, and so you can tell them that they're bad men, and
this is literally like patriarchy.
No, I don't think. But that's the thing is, wait 1 second.
True.
Fringy, we don't need that. Me and Mojo are having an adult conversation. Thanks.
Yeah. Can we get to the next guest?
Yeah, I'll stop. I'll stop.
But I really wanted to.
Go ahead, finish. Yeah, Jody, you can finish.
If I can, please.
I never got to respond to the other guy, though. Can I just say,
I wanted directly to him.
I didn't get okay. Yeah, go ahead.
My mind's gonna go. Sorry, Mojo, but you just said that I want people to come in so I can yell at them. I don't.
Being ageist?
I don't. What?
Oh, Scratch! Come on. Would you let them just finish the point?
Such a child. He is such a child. Okay, so Mojo, I think I've said this to you multiple times. Even though you disagree with the message, I don't think you're not I love you as a person. I don't think you're a bad man, right? I don't think most of the men that I interact with on here are those scary, bad, violent men. It's not about that. What I want is for a man to be like, oh, that's interesting. It's not all men. So what does that mean? That's what I want. And then I'm going to be like, oh, this is what it means. And then they're going to be like, oh, okay, that makes total sense. I see how like some of these things impact women. I guess I didn't realize that because I don't have that experience. And then we have this conversation. They're like, oh, well, what can I do? That's it. That's all that it fucking is. It's really not that serious. It's not me indicting all men and saying that they're all fucking pieces of shit. I'm with a man. Like I like fucking men. I don't understand why it's
you shouldn't have to say that, Jody, though. See, that's the thing. It's like insane.
But I feel like the pushback Mojo always gives is that like then he's literally saying what I'm not saying, which is that I'm trying to make an indictment of all men. I am not. I'm just saying that we need men to realize their role in society and the privilege that they have versus a woman and say, oh yeah, I can see where I could help there. That's it. That's fucking it. And if you're a man that's really bad and you do DV and you hurt women, then yeah, I mean, that's a bigger thing that that has to be discussed. But the men that I'm talking to on a daily basis are not those men, right? That's it. It's really that simple.
Awesome. Go ahead, Emma. I know you wanted to respond to DDJ.
Yeah, all I wanted to say was the America First slogan. It was literally like Trump didn't invent it. He just took it from the past. It's rooted in racism and anti-Semitism, and it was nationalistic, and it was during World WW2 and to oppose involvement in the war. So like that's where it came from. Don't go and help those people that need help across the ocean, across the pond. America First, like that's where that stemmed from. So it's great if you like that slogan, if you think it's really great, but it literally is rooted in disgusting propaganda and in the Triple K. So
can I say one more thing, Emma? Too?
Yeah, I just needed to speak of that history.
Robot, I just want to say
we've got like 20
Mojo.
people in the queue. We've got like 20 people
Okay,
in the queue that want to talk to you.
Please, 10 seconds. Mojo says that we are using this slogan to get people to come in so we can yell at them. And I think it's ironic because we've talked about this before, Mojo. When you put you're in a cult, you are directly trying to provoke people to come in to do that same exact thing.
Yes, and I admit it. You don't.
I do want people to come in, but I don't hate all men. That's the difference. That's the difference.
Guys, I'm out of here at like 11.
Okay,
Okay,
bye.
so
Go to
like,
bed. Time to go to
hurry it up.
bed. But your
Oh
bedtime.
well, no, he's trying to
So
say we need to get through the
let's
guests.
continue.
Okay,
Let's
so
continue with
hey
the
JD.
ageism base.
Okay,
Scratch,
hey
yeah, just call me
JD.
whatever ism you'd like. I understand that's where you're going now. That's all you have left.
You literally accused us of being defensive and misogynist, brother. I don't want to hear from you.
Scratch. Hey JD,
That's
are you with
like,
us?
come on. She plays games about this. Like, it's so disgusting.
Okay, I get it. Once again, the debate. We're not debating at the moment. We have 20 people looking to ask you questions and congratulate you on your debate. Can we get to the guests?
Yeah, go ahead.
Hey
Yeah,
JD, are you with us?
yeah, I'm here. I have a question for Jody and Emma. It's a little bit of a hypothetical question, but I think it's a good one. Let's say two
Okay.
Israeli people are standing in the middle of the street, and one of them is an IDF soldier. A Palestinian is crossing by them, and the IDF soldier decides to harass this person. Is the Israeli person, who is not the IDF soldier, complicit in the crime by not deciding to stop the crime from happening? And if this is not the case, that they're complicit, what qualifier would need to be met so that way they are complicit?
Emma, do you want to take this? I've been talking a lot.
Wait, what was? I'm sorry. It made no sense to me.
Yeah, I can repeat it one more time. Let's say two Israeli people are standing in the street. One of them is an IDF soldier. There's a Palestinian who's passing by them, and the IDF soldier decides to harass them based on, we can say, like cultural beliefs or whatnot, ethnic beliefs. Is the non-IDF soldier, who is an Israeli, complicit in the crime? And if not, if this is not the case, what qualifier would need to be met so that way that person is complicit?
I don't know. It's like the IDF soldiers are problematic in the first place. If they're harassing, they should speak up. They should speak up and tell them to stop. I'm not sure what your question is. Like
So
they
again,
should
the
speak
question
up.
is the person who is not participating or stepping in between the crime that is happening, are they complicit in the crime?
Yeah,
And
they're
if not,
complicit
what
for sure.
qualifier would
Yeah.
what qualifier would need to be met so that way that person is complicit?
Telling them to stop and stopping them from harassing an innocent civilian.
But are they complicit or are they not by not stepping in?
Yeah, they're complicit. Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha. Okay. That's my question.
Awesome. Thank you so much for joining us, JD. I'm going to go ahead and drop you down and bring the next guest up. Hopefully, we're moving a little bit quicker here. And thank you, Emma, Jody, Scratch, Cringy for sticking around with us.
Yeah,
Hey,
thanks,
RJ.
Probot.
Hey,
Welcome.
it's just so aggravating. I don't understand why people are having such a hard time with this. And somebody who voted for Trump has had no trouble understanding the prompt, what the prompt means, what the slogan means, all of that. And yet here we are. Guys, what is the problem that you're not understanding? Oh, actually, before we even get to that, you guys might not remember this, but I remember when I first came into one of your lives when you probably first put this prompt up. All men tells no men. Did you yell at me?
Not once.
No. And the only thing that it did was prompt me. This was the real time reaction. I don't like that. That makes me feel weird. Why does it make you feel weird? Let me start asking some questions. I asked some questions. I understood it within about 15 minutes, and that was it. Yet here we are, like 4 months later, still trying to figure this out. And that's what is aggravating and sad that we're still having to do this. I don't get
This
it.
feels like one of the.
Look, RJ, I watch
What?
I watch a 2-hour video on YouTube and then go into the comments and complain about how useless it was too. Scroll the fuck off, my friend. Holy shit.
This feels like one of those press conferences in which a news reporter throws softball questions at Donald Trump for like an hour. I mean, you want to come up and like dick second circle jerk, like go ahead, but whatever.
What?
Okay, Cringy. We don't need any of that. But thank you for joining us, RJ. I'm going to go ahead and drop you down now.
Thanks, RJ.
Rinyald.
Y'all, yeah, how's it going?
Yeah, awesome.
I am
Peace.
going to
Welcome
ask you,
in.
Cringy, not to. I am going to ask you, Cringy, not to use those particular. I don't know terms, please.
So I'm going to go ahead and give you a minute there, Rinyald. Go ahead and ask your question.
Okay, so I think the biggest problem that we ran into in this debate is that whenever you give a political slogan, in order for it to be effective, you can't give a 2-page dissertation about how it's actually defensible. It just needs to be defensible on its face. Like when somebody says "Make America Great Again," everybody wants America to be great. There's nothing that you can even argue there. When somebody says "Black Lives Matter," there's nothing you can really argue because Black lives do objectively matter. The fact that you said it's not about indicting all men, but the slogan is literally "It's all men," means that it's a bad slogan. Just use "Down with the patriarchy." That's fully defensible. You don't need to give a 2-page dissertation about what you actually mean. And then when you're pushed on what you actually mean, you don't need to move to a different definition of what you actually mean. There's like a billion different slogans that you could use better. This is just terrible, and it destroys the conversation. And you agree that it destroys the conversation because this whole conversation was dog shit because you all agree on the issue.
No,
You
I
just
don't
wanted
agree
to
with that.
push the slogan.
I don't agree with that.
Sorry. So that was a good statement,
Wonderful
I guess.
argument.
We were looking for
I just want
more
to
questions.
congratulate my opponents here on the wonderful arguments they've been getting this entire time, especially right there. I disagree with that.
Yeah, I mean, I never agreed that it was a bad
Power-
slogan.
power
Like, when did I
on.
say that? I don't know why you're trolling and you think you like won when you guys lost because you didn't bring a good argument. You guys are still obsessed with a slogan instead of actually helping people, and it's kind of like cringy, honestly.
You're like obsessed in the exact opposite way.
No, I'm not. We don't
It's
talk about
very
the slogan
cringy.
every day.
We don't have to relitigate that debate. Anyways, hey Everett, how's it going?
Going fine. How are you?
Oh, I'm good. I'm going to give you a minute. Go ahead and give your kudos or ask a question.
All right. Well, I wanted to say thanks for everyone for doing this. I think that Emma and Jody brought a lot of facts and really did their research. My question for Scratch is, didn't you just say that no one said men are harmed by the slogan? The first
Huh?
question that came up was, didn't you say that no one said men were
No.
harmed by the slogan?
Yeah, in the debate, nobody said that.
Okay, but Cringy, wasn't one of your 6 points that harm to the target demographic is to be avoided?
No, and do you want me to relist them? I'm gonna make like a Substack post in about an hour, and link in bio. It's in my link tree. And it's an argumentative essay. It'll have the 6 points very clearly laid out, so everybody can read them. So want me to just go over them?
Yes, please.
Limits the possibility of negative interpretation by the target audience, is relevant / time appropriate, is adaptable to the target audience's individual belief systems, summarizes the target audience's shared experience towards some campaign, issue, or policy, sounds good / catchy, and 6, which is a supportive quality but not a necessary quality to be a valid slogan, is true and rationally demonstrable.
Okay, I would say that the reason I was confused is because the first one, the negative interpretation by the target demographic, is exactly what you're debating, and that to me would be, perceived harm by the target demographic.
Well, it's not perceived harm. It's just like negative interpretation just means either negative interpretation is just like a wrong interpretation, or or like a very uncharitable interpretation.
A negative interpretation is one that's perceived as harmful.
It's harmful to your movement. It's not harmful to it's harmful to your movement. Yeah, sure. It's not harmful to like the It's not harmful to the people making the false interpretation.
Then I'd say that point needs clarification. You need to revise that point as to who's got the perceived negative interpretation at that point, or what constitutes a negative interpretation.
This is like obvious on its face. Like I don't know how to help you.
Because you and I were just
it really is.
Holy shit.
having
Look, I know.
I mean,
Oh,
okay,
that's
okay. If
fine.
you,
Look,
I mean, you can go read the Substack post
sometimes,
when I post it.
sometimes, look, sometimes you have to clarify the alphabet or like what 1+1 is to elementary school. As I get it.
True.
Okay, let's stop with the ad homs.
What?
Thank you so much for asking, Everett. I'm gonna go ahead and drop you down now. Hey, Dr. Denai. How's it
I
going?
actually want to ask Everett a question. Fuck, damn it.
Well, yeah, you got to keep it kind of brief. You don't need to go into uh, anything deep or personal towards another person.
Yeah,
So,
fuck
hey,
you,
Dr.
Scratch.
Denai.
Hey, what's up? Host, is it okay if I make a few statements and maybe post a question? Is that okay with you?
I don't
Sure.
know.
I can
We
give
don't
you.
have a ton of time, so
I can give
I
you
don't know how
2
long it
minutes.
takes.
How's that?
I'll try my best to be quick. So first, like in the concept of first, I just want to congratulate Jody and Emma, like for like them continuously bringing statistical data and facts during this entire debate, while the oppositional team has not done neither of that.
This troll. Oh my gosh.
Sir, please respect. So that's number one. Number
I'm
two.
sorry.
Now, many times in this conversation, where there was the topic of race brought up. Now, there is room to talk about race and intersectionality and how race reigns supreme in the concept of privilege. Given like data of like black men earn 93 cents to the dollar for like that white women earn, right? Or how like black men are disproportionately unalived by white men versus white women disproportionately versus white women being unalived by other white men, right? So there's room, and there's many other avenues to talk about a race, but none of you actually came to talk about any of that. You guys came just strictly to throw ad hominems at these two young ladies that did excellent, and you just got respectfully, you guys are just disappointing. You guys are just disappointing.
The definition of young seems to be quite wide.
I don't know how
Sure.
how do you guys? I'm 33
So
years old.
look, Dr.
It's
you agree with this?
just
There has been
it's just a
historically, Dr. Denai,
it's just colloquial of respect. Okay, we don't want to deride anybody, but can we get to the question, Dr. Denai? While you have a few seconds.
My question is, Cringy and Scratch, have you learned anything during this debate?
Yeah,
learned
people
anything.
just
So
that people will
I've
refuse
learned
to
that-
engage with this point, and that there's a typical like 2 IQ subhuman responses that I expected, but yeah, that's all I learned.
So, Dr. Denai, I've learned a couple of things. I've learned one, not Mojo's. I'm not gonna say Mojo's comedian. I'm gonna say certain people really don't know like what a subject is and how to stay on it. I've learned that. I've definitely learned that some people are really slimy, disgusting, and subhuman fucks who will just make points and not actually try and address what you're saying.
Bro, that's a little far.
Slimy?
Jesus
Excuse
Christ!
me? Are we gonna allow him?
Holy
to
shit,
say
bro!
that?
Calm down there.
He's
Scratch.
called a subhuman.
Huh?
What?
Well, I don't know what you're talking
Slimy,
about.
What's going
disgusting,
on.
Scratch.
I'm gonna say this. I really don't know.
Hold
what's going
on.
with-
Let's
No.
everybody.
Stop. I'm talking to Brobot. Brobot, he just called us slimy, gross, subhuman fucks. Is that how we allow people to talk to women?
Oof, that was
No,
horrible.
that is
CT
not.
up?
And I was
Is that something
addressing
that
it.
we're proud of? Are we proud of this?
No, Scratch. Come on.
I mean,
I
that's
know you're doing it
disgusting.
to trigger people. Like, stop.
It's just
We
disgusting.
do have a lot of people that actually want to talk to you on the subject. We don't have to keep going down this road, Scratch.
So I'm gonna just say this. I don't know what's going on with the young black men of this day. It seems like it's not just right wing; it's also left wing as well. With this Nazi, this Nazi rhetoric and using IQ and using subhuman and all this other stuff, which is so strange to me. Please do better. Thank you. I yield.
Yeah, thank you, Dr. Denai. I'm going to go ahead and drop you down and bring in the next guest. Q, how's it going?
Hi, everyone.
Thank you.
Hello. So I'll give you a minute to go ahead and give your kudos or ask a question. Hopefully we can keep this all respectful.
I'm very proud of you guys. I'm so happy I've been excited about this since I heard about it. I just have a couple questions. One is, on TikTok, would you say inflammatory statements get more energy in the lives of discussions or educational ones?
Inflammatory ones do, but oftentimes they don't actually lead to productive
Okay, so
discussions, especially
inflammatory
when it comes
ones.
to these subjects.
Okay, so inflammatory statements generally do. We can agree on that, correct?
Huh? What?
We can agree that inflammatory statements usually get more talking happening and more traffic. So
Okay. Yeah, absolutely.
I think when we're having these debates and discussions, one important thing to remember is it's not just the people who are talking on, the panel that are learning, it is the people in the comments. So would you say that inflammatory statements that bring more people in, more people hear what you're actually talking about?
Well, the more people who are brought in are other leftists who just want to circle jerk and hear somebody else get destroyed in a debate. Nobody actually learns anything. Nobody actually learns anything. People are just have their own political opinion satisfied, right?
Okay.
And second, I just want to ask a quick question. If I was to say it's all men until it's no men, and then the hard R N word at the end of it to provoke more people to get in live, do you think that's a valid thing to do?
No, because I don't use racial slurs, but
But do you think any amount of provocation to try and just get a message out is a good thing?
I don't think that word's appropriate to use in any
Okay. Do you think the slogan "Unalive all men" is good?
No.
No. Okay. So you would agree with me that just because it's something being provocative doesn't mean it's good.
But all men with no men is provocative.
Yeah, and it fails at being a
I
slogan
disagree.
because of it. We've been
talking
it
about
does.
it for years now on this app around this topic.
Exactly. For other leftists, I agree. To a leftist audience who already agrees that patriarchy should be dismantled.
And you're going to tell me you don't think some leftist men are problematic in that area, and maybe have learned something from
Some
it?
leftist men are problematic, but those aren't those people already vote for like Kamala Harris anyways, and it's not the real political change you're actually trying to effectuate.
Mhm.
We're talking about people who are moderates, independents, people who can actually move over to our side to actually see some kind of political change.
Okay, I just want to announce one thing from the comments. Glohan asked to please let them up.
Okay, thanks, Q. I'm gonna go ahead and drop you down.
Mm-hmm.
Hey,
There's plenty of
CT.
leftists that didn't vote, so I'm just
Hey,
saying that.
hey guys. First of all,
Hi,
I just want
CT.
hey guys. I just want to say, first of all, fucking awesome debate. I'm super glad to be a part of this. To fucking done the promo posters and the fucking imagery. You guys absolutely all kicked ass. I know I'm playing middle ground right now, and trust me, I will fucking move past that very quick. But I will say this: Jody, Emma, congratulations on the win. I know this has been a long time coming. We've been talking about this, and for anybody that's had critiques or criticisms, I just want to say this. Yeah, obviously I've been doing a lot of the fucking debates and stuff, and I need to step away for a little bit. So this was handed off to fucking Mojo and Brobot. I just want to let everyone know that. This was literally a week ago. Just saying like, hey, guys, I need some time to work on some personal shit. And so for any criticisms or any fucking critiques and stuff like that, you guys are absolutely fucking allowed to have those things. But yes, this was a coalition of people trying to figure out how to fucking provide not only a fucking awesome ass debate, but trying to figure out how to do it half killed while we were, trading off responsibilities. So either way, I just want to say this. You guys absolutely did fucking kill it. You're talking about a 2-hour debate. You guys covered a ton of subjects. I know it got fucking heated. I know it got fucking overran a little bit. But kudos to fucking Mojo for hosting this. Brobot, I know it got fucking kind of wild there for a while. Welcome to moderating 2v2.
Oh yeah, I'm learning real quick. Well, thank you so much, CT.
Yeah, listen, we've never ran a 2v2. This was conceptual. This was like an idea. This was something we were like, hey, how do we figure it out? And obviously, much like when we were, when Mojo ran the first 1v1, we're going to learn from this. We're going to grow. We're going to figure out how to do it better. everybody that was involved, I fucking thank you guys for being the first ones that were the conceptualist ideals of how to do a 2v2. Obviously, we have a lot to grow from. We're going to find a way to do it better. We're going to structure it. We're going to talk. We're going to be a team. That's what we do. And we're going to figure it out. But since I'm up here to be a part of the Q&A, Scringy, I shouldn't say that. I'm sorry. I apologize. I know that was your guys' combined name back in the day. My bad. Cringy and Scratch. I'm very curious. My wife has actually gotten into the political spectrum here recently, and she's been listening along and trying to get more involved. And I was actually going to come to argue Emma and.
Let's just be clear here. It's really hard to
Oh shit! I was so bad. I was so like right in the middle of my sentence. My bad. My dude. I'm right there. My bad. I apologize for that. I'm sorry that like right in the middle of my sentence, you're like, I have to start now. But,
Okay. Well, now you're on a timer.
no, I feel you. All right, now that I'm on the timer, I am very curious. Scratch, Cringy. What you're talking about with this messaging, right, is the fear that men may be disenfranchised from it. The idea of the entire messaging itself is to protect women. If men themselves can't get behind that kind of messaging, what kind of fucking men are we trying to recruit to fucking perpetuate the message itself?
Cringy.
Yeah, like I don't. The purpose of the statement isn't to recruit men. The purpose of the statement is to message towards like conservative / moderate men, or like kind of the red pill space. This
Correct.
isn't just
So
to
your
recruit people.
argument is, hold on, if you don't have an answer, I got an answer for you. If your argument is that this is not to recruit men, right? That was what I heard through the entire debate, that the messaging is so fucking bad that it doesn't recruit men that are going to fight for women. Well, guess what? I heard the messaging, right? I don't give a fuck about it. And guess what? I'm going to fight for women. So does it take lesser men to fucking have a better message? Or does it take stronger men to fucking take the message up and fucking run with it?
The problem, sorry, the slogan, like the reason to space, because we thought the slogan had like ineffective messaging, right? Not the fact that these men that refuse to like come over to the side, not the fact that they are bad people, all of them, but the reality that the slogan is such terrible fucking messaging that people are dissuaded from even joining the feminist movement.
So you're trying to dissuade fucking weak men, is what you're saying, because the message.
Weak men.
Yeah, for sure. Because
talk about perpetuating toxic masculinity there, CT. Slow down.
Wait a minute.
Jesus
what are you talking
Christ.
about? Wait, hold on. You guys know as well as I do. Like, I don't even fucking portray myself as like the manliest of fucking men, but I do at least portray myself as a man. I don't look at the slogan, it's all men till it's no men, and get fucking scared. I don't run away from it. I
don't think people are weak because they have lives and jobs and aren't online 24/7.
I was so close to being done with my sentence. I'm sorry.
Okay, sorry, CT.
I understand you and your brother are like fucking the worst at fucking doing this, but I can't understand the idea that when you hear a slogan like it's all men till no men, and you're so terrified by it, you have to fucking counteract it. What is the fear that you have behind that fucking slogan that you can't figure out?
I don't think people are fearful. They just think
I'm not fearful.
People aren't fearful. Just that some people, right, are in certain political spaces, certain areas because of like ways of growing up, where they hear that slogan once, and maybe their immediate interpretation is, oh, all these blue pill feminists are saying that all men rape women, right? That's an interpretation some people have. I don't think people are weak for doing that because they have lives outside of politics, and they only like hear it from like the 2-second ad on TV, where Republicans get to demonize everything the left ever says.
So when I actually asked my wife about. Oh, sorry, I probably ran out of time. My bad. Sorry, my bad.
So yeah, just get back in the request queue. I'm just trying to get through everybody so everybody can give their kudos, ask their question, get as many people up here as we can before Cringy and Scratch have to go to bed or whatever it is they have to do.
Agreed. Hey, love you guys. I love everyone.
No, it's called starting up my own live.
Hold on. I love everybody that was part of this fucking debate. Thank you guys for fucking being here. This is fucking awesome. Again, I will fucking promote and push anybody that is willing to put themselves on the line for these fucking debates. I think what you guys are doing is fucking great. It's helping people to understand the fucking issues. Jody, Emma, Cringy, Scratch, you guys fucking rock. Mojo, thank you for hosting this shit. Brobot, thank you for fucking moderating it. You guys are fucking awesome. And I'll talk to you guys in a bit.
Thanks, CT.
Thanks for all your help, CT.
Absolutely. I will.
Whoops, I got him. Love you, CT. Hey, Mr. Peanut, how's it going?
Yeah, what's up?
All right, I'm going to give you a minute. Go ahead and give your kudos or ask your question.
Okay, yeah. So first off, big shout out to all of you. I think you all made an effort, maybe more so some than others. Congratulations to Jody and Emma for the dub.
Thanks.
Yeah, big stuff. The 72 or to like whatever it was, 28. That's pretty strong. It's pretty fucking strong.
Mojo's audience is like 70% women, so I kind of expected this.
Anyways, my question goes out to Cringy and Scratch. What does it mean to be a man? In your own,
I don't know that there's like a individual experience that
Sure.
every man has, and shared experience every man has. And so when you say what it is to be a man, I'm sure, like you and I can relate, but I don't think like necessarily you could like give like a definitive definition for like what it means to be a man. It seems like a very broad question.
Well, what does it mean to
There's like
you?
a certain aspect or qualia to being a
To
man
you,
or like
What-
experiencing a man.
to you, what does it mean?
To me,
Yeah.
I don't know. I haven't thought through this. Maybe
So you
maybe I will
haven't
like
thought
sometime.
through what it's like to be a man.
What it
Have
means
you
to
thought?
be a man.
Have you thought what it's like to be a woman?
I mean, I could describe like.
Yeah, go ahead.
Like I guess I could describe some of like the differences in like social roles or like primary secondary sexual characteristics, which like leads to like different behaviors. But I don't think I could necessarily like completely describe exactly what it means to be a man. Like again, there's like a qualia to being a man that like you can not necessarily describe. Like I don't think you could describe what the color red is to a blind person like the way we understand the color red.
Awesome. Thank you so
Yeah,
much, Mr. Peanut.
Wait, can I just ask? Wait, what was the official polling at the end?
Bro,
It was like 70. It was 71-19.
Bro, you have the picture.
Yeah, I don't know. I
Yes,
don't know.
I've
It
got the
feels like
picture.
a very
It was 71-19.
I'll post a picture again, but thank you, Mr. Peanut. I hope you
Thank
have
you.
an awesome night and got a bit of an answer to your question. And I'm going to drop you down now. Hey,
Thanks, Mel.
heuristic.
Hi. I just want to first say, like Emma, Jody, you guys killed it. Obviously, these guys don't know anything. I just wanted to actually address a couple of things that they said. It's no Jews until no Jews, that doesn't make any sense because they are clearly that's a political thing with the government oppressing people. It's not all of them. So you're absolutely mistaken because it's not like I see a Jew on the street and I think he's going to empty my bank account, right? No, of course not, because it's about it's a political thing. It's about a government doing something. So that was an absolutely ridiculous thing to say. And it's super fucking problematic. All men until no men is about social change, not political change. Okay. We're not trying to sit here and legislate away men. We're trying to ask you to fucking take a look at what's going on in the world today, how we have to defend ourselves constantly from all men until we know who they are. And even then, we may not be safe. So all of your arguments depending on or making these analogies are really fucking moot. All right. I just want you guys to realize that. And I want you to really take a reflect on that, okay?
Social issues are social issues
No,
are political issues.
but we're talking about
I-
social change, not political change, as in using legislation to make it all men until no men. No, all men until no men has to come from the people, right? From men in society changing in the way they interact with each other. If you guys start speaking to other men and actually addressing problematic speech and behavior, then
That
maybe-
wasn't that wasn't
Wait, can I
that
ask-
wasn't
wait,
that
wait,
I'm sorry,
wait,
that wasn't a
wait,
necessary
Brown v.
quality that
Ford
the
social-
analogy was identifying.
Oh my gosh.
Jesus Christ,
Was
Scratch.
Brown v. Vord? No, just ask it. Was Brown v. Vord social change?
No, I'm talking about all men until no men.
No, answer that question. Was Brown
Yes.
v. Board of Education social change?
Yes, it was social change that
Okay,
had
was it political change?
political as well. But what I'm saying
Was it
is, we're
political
not
change?
trying. We're
Okay,
not
so
trying to
social change and political
legislate
change are
men
can be the
into
same
starting
thing.
to believe women.
Scratch.
We're not trying to legislate men into believing women. We're trying to get men to, within their own circles, start thinking about what it's like for us. That's what the slogan is about. And you guys couldn't fucking grasp that.
Yeah, I just wanted to say one other
Get your
thing.
shit
I
together.
just want to point out one thing. I've been quiet because, yeah, I've just, I think this is just, I'm honestly mind blown at what the behavior of these two right now. But I just think it's interesting. You can see the literal contrast between when CT was up here, literally questioning them as men, and they respected him and apologized for interrupting. Every time a woman comes up here, they are disrespectful, they interrupt, and they shout fucking inappropriate comments. I'm not sure what's happening, but this isn't the left that I signed up for.
Jody,
Did I
didn't
say
you
anything
literally-
disrespectful, Jody?
Didn't you literally say to like Rennie all the I disagree? Or was that Emma as their response? And he's a man. Like you gave no response to him. What was up with that?
What? What are you talking about?
When Rennie was up here and he gave his entire question to you guys, and asked if you like agreed or not, you guys said I disagree and you moved on to the next person. But you gave you're giving a lot of these other people, a lot of these other women, plenty of response. I'm just wondering like what's happening. What's
Once
up with
again,
that?
you center men's feelings around something in which women have to deal with constantly. Like I'm constantly ignored. I'm constantly like, I literally things that I will say, a man on a panel will say it 10 seconds later and everyone will be like, oh, wow, that's so great. And this happens constantly to me, especially as somebody who is articulate and well-spoken and well-read and well-traveled and worldly. I get more shit from men than I ever do from women about that.
Would you agree with me that there's been a systemic oppression by white women onto black men because of a long kept stereotype that black men rape white women?
Yeah, I do think that.
Do you think some of your animosity today might be coming from that?
Why are you
towards us?
talking over
No,
her when
why-
you asked her a question?
why-
I can tell, like, we all
first
here
of
agree
all-
that racism is injustice.
All right.
Big-
Hold on,
You
hold
have
on.
internalized
Wait,
racism.
Stop.
That might have that too.
Okay, we don't need the
wait.
debate here.
Oh, wait, I want to ask you, Robot. There were what 145 votes in there too, so this is not a small poll. It was 145 people took part in that poll. Just so everybody knows.
And I just want to say, Scratch, one, I'm not a white woman, and two, I'm from the African continent, right? I lived
Are you
there,
white
I was
passing?
born there, and I am Indian. I'm not fucking white.
Are you white passing?
No,
we let
I'm
Okay.
not.
What?
Okay,
Okay.
stop.
Robot, can we let Glow
What
on
the
that?
hell?
Okay, wait, I'm sorry. Wait, can you bring up
can
Fence Up
stop
Shed?
me.
I have to
No,
leave
Stop
soon.
me. I don't want to
Brendan,
fucking talk
no.
to these losers anymore. Emma, Jody, I fucking love you guys, and I hope
Love
that
you
we
too.
go live later. And Mojo, thank you so much for hosting this. You were great.
Yeah, thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Oh, he's so tired of us.
Yeah, bring up Fence Up Shed.
No,
Bring up
I'm
Fence
up.
Shed.
I'm up all night. I'm ready.
Okay, good. I'm glad. Thank you so much.
Bring
you
up Fence
dropping
Up Shed. Bring them up.
What's with all the racial digs at people? I don't get that.
We have Soup up here. Yeah, where's Bro?
Yeah, Soup's up there. Glowhan has been waiting a while. I don't know why the whole chat is asking for her to come up, but
Wait, he's going down the list.
I'm
as
sure
it
he
sits.
is. Yeah, I'm sure he is.
Okay.
I'm sure he is.
All right, he's not picking and choosing. There.
I'm specifically just going from the first in the queue, and it's by however they requested. Like
Yeah, you're good.
the first
You're good.
ones to request come up first. But Soup, are you with us?
I'm trying to be. Can you guys hear me?
Oof.
You're gonna have to
You're-
yell a
you're-
hell of a lot louder.
That sucks. All right, my mic's kind of dirty. So my question to Scratch and Cringy, are all social movements designed to gain votes?
All social movements, most social movements, yeah.
Most, but not all, right?
Not all, yeah, not all.
Was BLM designed to gain votes, or was it designed to bring attention to a problem?
In some sense, yeah, really should have been designed to gain votes because you're not gonna get any kind of police reform unless you're having at the local level policy changes.
But in majority, it was mainly to gain attention to an issue, correct?
Well, gaining attention to an issue so people know how bad it is, so they go out and vote with their elect representatives or people who will actually effectuate the change at the local level. Correct.
Right. So All Men is designed to gain attention to an issue.
Yeah,
right?
I also think it's in some sense, and I think the other person was saying, "Oh, there's no policy." I'd agree. There's social. I think there can be policy changes too, right? Or when it comes to like for instance, if we look at like the wage, the gender gap, right? There's been policies in like Norway and other Nordic countries that implemented maternity leave for men too, which have significantly reduced the gender wage gap. Right? Those are policies that bringing attention to the patriarchy via better messaging could absolutely address. So I think in some sense, every social slogan is probably almost addressing or trying to garner some more amount of votes. But it doesn't really matter anyways, even if it wasn't for votes, it's still ineffective messaging at even convincing men to not perpetuate the patriarchy. So.
Well, what it felt like for the majority of your guys' argument was that it wasn't bringing voters to our side. And that's not really what this is designed to do. It's not about bringing voters to our side. It's about bringing attention to the issue.
Well, if the message doesn't bring voters to our side, then it's also not getting people bringing attention to those people who are necessary who need to do it either. Right? I think it fails.
We had an example of somebody. We had an example of somebody that came up onto this panel recently, just tonight, that said that they were MAGA. That said they were MAGA, and that this still reached them, even though they voted separately from what leftists vote.
Yeah, it turns out one person doesn't define 300 million people in the country. That's a hasty generalization fallacy. Maybe you should go learn some basic logic, bro.
What?
Hasty generalization fallacies when you take a very small sample size.
You don't have to explain
the rest of the population.
Everybody.
Oh
can
no,
look it up
I'm pretty sure I have to. Okay.
No,
I'm
you
not
don't.
Gonna say
Everybody
why.
can look it up on their own. It's okay. You gave what the
I don't
title
know if
is. They can look it up on their own.
Use a keyboard though.
No,
so,
it's just a disrespect.
No,
It's just like
we're not going to be disrespectful like that.
You center your pointer fingers on the F and the J key. Okay.
Thank you so much for coming by, Suit for My Fan. We're going to move on to the next question. Stargazer, how's it going? Are you with us, Stargazer?
Lily? Stargazer Lily? If you're trying to talk, we can't hear you. All right, set it aside for now. Let her sit for a second, see if she comes back.
Okay. Yeah, we'll just see if she comes back. And they've been requesting that Glowhan come up, but Glowhan needs an invite. So I sent Glowhan an invite.
Private, Mojo.
He might be.
Glowhan? No, I was able to
I do not seek Glowhan.
I do. I sent Glowhan an invite.
Did you say you're leaving at 11 or something like that?
I'm waiting for Fence to come up, and then as soon as he's done, I'm going.
Okay, so I've got...
that's the last person that's coming up then.
Yep.
He's right there.
Oh, well,
You can
fuck
just
all
click
of
on
you.
him.
Glowhan has an invite, so we still have an open box. But DGF, are you with us?
I am. I'm here if you can hear me.
Yes. So I'll go ahead and give you your minute.
Hey, DGF.
Give your kudos or question.
So I missed the whole entire debate, but I've heard this for about an hour. So I just had a question based on this. And it's based on both Emma and Jody know I completely disagree with their stance on it. And I love them to death, completely disagree with it. But my question is for Scratch and Cringy. Your argument from what I'm taking away is the messaging is poor. So like it's pushing people away, right? That's kind of the gist of where you guys were going.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. So my question then is this, based on what I've been hearing and what I've heard you guys did through the debate, if you know, like Scratch just a minute ago made a good point to heuristic about the Brown versus Board of Education being social and political, but then he followed it up with like some dumbass comment, like right at the end of it, that everybody focused on and forgot about the point that he made. My question is, if that was you guys' approach to the whole debate, doesn't that seem like it was equally as counterproductive as their messaging by being ridiculous while you're making good points, then saying something different or being disrespectful to the ladies while you're arguing? Doesn't it seem like that does the exact same thing as what you
Here's
say
kind
their
of the
message
problem.
does?
with DGF, right? So there's this really disgusting. Sorry, I'll be nicer. It's just really
No, you can be
pervasive
mean to me.
debate.
I'm a grown man. I can tell.
No, because it's towards Emma and Jody.
Oh well,
Right?
yeah. Don't
There's
be
this
mean
really
to them. Directed
pervasive.
at me. I got this.
There's a really pervasive debate strategy where people say like or be disingenuous in very very calm voices, and then pretend, and then like when I do it in a more aggressive voice, then I'm the one who's being like disrespectful. So whenever I say, "Hey, you guys are being disgusting," guys are being slimy, and I'm pointing out the fact that they're saying, "Oh, why do you guys bring race? Why are you guys bringing race into this?" At the same time, they're literally implying that we're being misogynist in the conversation, which I knew would come up at some point, right? When they're like preaching about how the patriarchy exists, even though we already agree with that for 50% of the debate, which I know you weren't there for. When they're doing things like literally arguing that the point of the debate wasn't the point of the debate, and how they're mad that they signed up for a debate, and now they're having to argue the topic. So that's why I've done that kind of like insult.
But that's okay.
Well, look, and I know once again I might have to teach Jody how to hear too, but it is what
I'm
it is.
sorry, you're acting so
Same
cocky
difference,
like
right?
you actually won the debate. Like
Do
this
you
is
see that,
insane.
DGF?
Well, actually,
But
Not
that's
to
my
mention-
point.
if we
That's
go-
the same difference, right?
if we
The
go by
argument
if we
was
go by
over a
Oxford,
decent way, but
if
then
we
we
go
took
if we
it
go
to
by
the
if we
road,
go by
so
Nobody
if
can hear what anybody is saying.
Yeah, I just want to
If we
remind
go by the
everyone that
Oxford
Scratch
base-
called us disgusting, slimy, subhuman fucks. So I'm not sure at that point where there's actual genuine conversation happening anymore. And the amount of like support that Emma and I have, like this isn't people we don't know. These are people that have been in our community for a very long time. I think it's super gross that they have treated us like this all fucking night, and they're proud of it and like laughing. And so that's cool.
yeah, unfortunately, I just can't see where that's a good debate tactic. It seems like it's counterproductive because now my whole question was based on that instead of saying, "Hey, what happened to this part of the debate or who won in this part?" All I'm thinking of is, God, why do we have to take it to that level? I could see if they went here calling you shit and y'all were calling them shit. That's great, but to just call them out of their name for no particular reason, it took away from any good points you guys might have made through the debate, because down in chat now everybody's only discussing that kind of stuff. And that's all I'm saying. So I get it if it was a debate tactic that you thought you were using. I just don't necessarily think it gave you the result you wanted. But that's all I had.
Yeah,
Thanks,
thanks,
DGF.
DGF. I think you're 100% correct, and you've had the top hitting question of the night. And I'm gonna go ahead and drop you
Well,
down.
thanks. And I missed the whole thing. So good to know. Bye, guys.
All right, I just want to, as long as he mentioned this earlier, he didn't get to watch the debate. So this debate is on YouTube. It's streaming right now. If you want to back it up anytime tonight, you'll be able to do that and watch it all over again if you'd like.
Hey, Glohan, I see everybody's been requesting you up.
Hello.
Are you with us?
Yeah, no, I was requesting on my other account. I know all you guys said you guys didn't see me, but I mean, I guess it's fine.
Well, no worries. You're here now, so I'll give you your minute to give your kudos or ask your question.
Minute's crazy. But all right, cool. Well, I wanted to start off by stating, Emma and Jody, you ladies have like held yourself with like such decorum throughout this whole entire debate. You ladies have faced misogyny, not only from these two incels on the panel, but also the moderator and also the host themselves. You've faced misogyny within this whole entire debate from the beginning to the end. I watched the entire debate. And also, I do have a few questions, though. I had a question for Scratch to start. Scratch, you said that you looked up the etymology of the slogan, "It's all men till it's no men." When did it start?
Wait.
I saw you put up.
Wait, before I answer the question, how could I be an incel when I fucked your mom last
Okay,
night?
I mean, I don't care about that. I don't care about it.
Scratch.
I just don't understand. how
Turn
those
the
two things
camera on,
work.
please. Turn the camera on.
Scratch.
You sleep in a twin-size mattress. You cannot talk to me. But anyways, please, where did you find the slogan, or when did it start?
2022.
Okay, so you said the slogan. Well, you have a source for that?
Yeah, Google Stats.
Okay, so according to Google Stats, it's all men till it's no men. Started in 2022.
That's when I saw it first pop up, at least in searches.
Okay, that was the only curly question I had for you. But also to like dig more into this, I find it disingenuous as well because the host said that this etymology of this slogan started in 1970. That's why they asked Jody and Emma from 1970 up until now, like how did the slogan "It's all men till it's no men" impact the policies or just society in general? So, host, when did it start? Did it start in the 70s, or was Scratch right and it started in 2022?
It was my question specifically, not the host. And
Okay,
that
yeah,
came
well, yeah.
from my reading into the subject that some of the movement started as early as the 70s. And I did not want to kneecap that particular argument to say that it started earlier, where they would have no data over, 2 or 3 years to say this is having an impact or no impact on society.
Yeah,
when this was
don't you
discussed much earlier.
One second, Scratch.
Is it
One
the
second.
actual wait? I just want
One
to clear.
second,
Is
one second.
did the actual slogan
One
start
second, I'm on limited
in the
time. I'm on
70s, or
limited
just
time,
like the history of like similar movements too?
Anyways, like I was saying,
It's the history of the movement, whether or not it's specific all men or no men. All men until no men. It's specifically the history of where this movement started from, and it gives data to Jody and Emma and Scratch and Cringy on the particular topic, rather than saying, "Oh, well, this started a year or two ago." There's no data for society or legal action. Is wholly like neither here nor there. It just does not help the debate to say it started.
We're talking about if a certain slogan is
I don't
correct
know
or not,
why,
and
but
then
anyways,
to
like I was
generalize that to a
saying,
movement.
I find it to be disingenuous. So instead of you saying that we don't have enough time, or like there's not enough time when it comes to this etymology of the slogan, you then still press the woman on to giving you types of policies or social changes that the slogan have made from the year 1970. That's why when they tried to respond with such, they were not able to fill in the gaps, because even I believe it was Emma said herself that she didn't know that this slogan even started as early as the 70s. So I find it to be disingenuous that you guys even sat up here and asked that question, knowing that the slogan did not start back then. How did you expect them to fill in the gaps or let you know any type of historical changes when we know that Scratch himself just put this up and said that this slogan didn't start until 2022?
So specifically, that's not disingenuous. It's the history of the movement. They
Okay,
could
so
use
you
any
just thought that
part
was a
of that
bad question
history.
then.
And as I said, it is believed to be, because this is what we are seeing from our own news media. I pulled that specific from CNN and I believe ABC news articles.
But so can you concede that you asked a woman a question that they would not be able to answer simply because the historical context of the slogan did not date back as far as the 70s?
Oh, I completely concede then. It's
maybe
specifically
maybe moving
mentioned,
forward,
if any.
But maybe moving
No, it was
forward, if you're
specific
going
to,
to moderate,
if any, it is
if you're going to
believed.
moderate and you're going to host these types of lives, you should probably like look more into detail of where these things came from and not try to set up.
How about we let the debaters do that?
I mean,
how
it's
about
just
it's not up
complete
to you to?
misogyny.
How about it's not up to you to run a debate?
But I mean, it's fine.
You can do that on your channel.
You guys like kind
You
of
don't have to
failed
do
at
that
that though. And that's the reason.
Wait, I'm sorry. Wait, can we hear? Wait, I'm
you're
sorry.
welcome to leave.
I have
to
work
be
at
here.
7:30.
Also,
Wait.
I want to add.
No,
Hold on.
I have work at 7:30
Hold on.
a.m.
One last
so
thing,
clear
bro.
yourself.
Respectfully,
on.
guys. Just one last thing. And it's actually a real question. Scratch. Just like also to what the ladies were saying as well. Throughout this whole entire debate, you've done nothing but dehumanize them. You literally verbatim called them subhuman. You said that you're also out here to try to like push the idea that young men should not fall within the red pill incel rhetoric and things like that. You claim to also not be an incel, but you use the same type of verbiage and you react the same type of way as a person who follows Nick Fuentes. What is the difference between you and a follower of Nick Fuentes who also believe that women are
the difference is that the difference is that I only believe in the wooden doors and I don't believe in 274,000. Okay.
But you just believe that the woman that you're speaking to.
Okay, no, I'm okay.
You believe these two women are.
Sorry. Okay, I'm joking. I actually believe
no, but
that.
you
No,
believe
I take an edge. I take no. I take
you shouldn't joke
an
about
edge.
that though. You shouldn't joke about that though. These women have never called you subhuman.
Shit.
But why would you refer to these two women as subhuman?
Oh, because they're making really bad points.
Okay, so even if someone's making bad points, that would make them subhuman.
That's an insult. Yeah.
What would that mean? What does it mean to be subhuman?
Okay, less than.
You should understand this as a young black boy. You should understand this as well, right?
I'll concede.
What does it mean?
I'll concede. Can I finish here?
No, I need you to
Okay.
answer my question though before you concede. What does it mean to be subhuman?
All right, we still have a queue full of people,
right.
and
Okay,
So
sorry.
can I-
I'm gonna.
Jesus Christ! Can we hurry the fuck up?
Please.
I just want to answer to this question. Cringy
Please.
can also answer this as well.
Cool.
Maybe
Okay,
you can
so
help your brother
yes,
out. Both of you
so
guys are sharing
yeah,
brain
so
cells.
it's very simple. Whenever I call someone dumb, or call them slimy, judge, I'm checking their arguments, like literally talking their.
So you understand
their
that what
personal,
you
their personal,
bad faith, right?
character. So wait, can I finish? What I should have said, their arguments are subhumanly stupid. Not that they are literally subhuman. That is a mistake on my part. I
No,
don't
you
actually
did
think
not
that
say their
they are
arguments.
that. Wait.
They were
Can
indeed subhuman.
Okay, well,
wait. Can I?
But
finish?
anyways, I'm going to head out. Emma and Jody, you guys completely ate these people up. The host your shit, moderator your
Thank you.
shit. These
Holy
two
shit. I'm
incels
sorry.
your shit.
Look,
well,
I'm sorry that I fucked
thank
your
you so
mom
much,
last time.
Lohan. Hope you have a wonderful night. Hey, Oslo, how's it going?
Hey everyone. Well, I just want to start first by glazing Cringy and Scratch. I want to give you guys some flowers. You are so smart. I am so impressed by you guys. Just excellent points. Just so smart. You guys are just so good at debating. Okay, next up, my question is for Cringy, I guess, because I guess Scratch left. I don't know.
No,
He doesn't like redheads, I guess. I don't know. Cringy, my question for you is, it seems like through the whole debate, you were talking about the power of persuasion as it relates to electoral power and voting, and even going so far as to use the 6 tenets of a persuasive presidential, what slogan? Is that true? Is that your argument? Is that this quote unquote slogan is not effective in terms of political persuasion for elections? Is that a true character? Is that a fair characterization of what you believe your argument has been this whole time?
It's just like not effective at all. Like in general, I think I think even using presidential studies to like maps on pretty well. It's like social issues that like aren't necessarily like strictly affiliated with like a political campaign.
But I mean, I think I've heard you, or maybe it was Scratch, specifically mention about persuasion in terms of elections. Is that right? Is that a fair characterization of one of the points that you guys have made this entire night? I watched the whole thing, by the way.
The slogan, or I guess this issue, isn't like, it is tied to elections, but it isn't like not strictly. This is like more. This is a.
So when you say it's not effective,
I think it is study. Okay, wait. I'm sorry.
When you say it's not effective, effective how? Then maybe effective how? In doing what? It's not effective in doing what?
It's not effective at messaging to men, the target demographic, because it doesn't meet 3 of the necessary qualities of a valid slogan, and the 6th supportive quality.
For persuasion?
Yeah, typically we say things to persuade people.
Okay. And now thank you very much for answering my question. I appreciate that clarity. Emma and Jody, either one of you can answer my question for you. Do you believe, first of all, that this is a slogan, or is it a rhetorical device? And secondly, regardless of how you answer the first, is the intention of this slogan and or rhetorical device to win elections, or is it to have a conversation about violence perpetuated against women?
It's not a slogan, and it's to help bring men to the table and have a discussion. It's to open the discussion up and protect women. It's not supposed to be to bring votes 100%. So
it sounds to me like this entire debate, one side has been arguing something that the other side has not ever been arguing or stating, which is very silly.
Mm-hmm.
It's very clearly a slogan. I don't.
It's not a slogan.
It falls into the category.
It's very clear
I actually
it's not a
wait.
slogan.
I'm sorry.
Like
Wait.
BLM. I'm sorry. I've been watching this happen all night. I thought this was the debate format. Interruptions. It's clearly that not all quote unquote slogans are slogans or political devices. Like BLM may be a slogan, but it's not to win elections. Was the civil rights movement to win elections?
I mean, in part, yes.
Could you have any evidence of that? Because I have looked and I haven't seen anywhere where Malcolm X or Martin Luther King were talking about how persuasive their messaging was to win elections.
Well, I say in part
See
as
where they talked about how to make their message.
Okay,
more
do you want, can I clarify real quick? Okay, let me
Sure.
actually just let me go back a little bit. So
I thought that I was just
there's
trying
a
to
okay, I'm sorry.
format.
There's a study. There's a study called like what is a political slogan. So it's identifying what is, and the most the closest thing that, or the thing that I think that this slogan particularly falls into as a category of slogan is political slogans profiling an issue. So in it, all other prototypical scenario
what are you reading
elements,
from
but
right now? What are you reading from?
the study. This is what the study said. In
What
it,
study?
all
How
other
did you- This
what is a
from,
political
like,
slogan?
Pull up like ChatGPT.
It's what is a political slogan. That is the name of the study by Nelly.
How did you find?
from the
What is
university?
the methodology with which you found this study just now while I was talking?
I didn't find a study. What's right now? This has been in my opening statement.
Okay.
Okay, so in the study, they said, in it, all other prototypical scenarios, elements, but the social issue are suppressed to the background. In the scenario, the issue is connected to the concept of political enemy. In this case, it would be men, and that is literally it. Literally falls into the category of a political slogan profiling issue. It is quite literally a political slogan.
I really don't believe that this is a political slogan, and I don't believe that BLM.
Why? I mean, there's a study that says like this
slogan. It's a civil. I mean, do you think that the civil rights was strictly
Wait, I'm sorry.
to elect votes, strictly to win elections?
Okay, I'm sorry. Just real quick. Do you not think what's politics to you? What is like something that's political? Can you define that? I'm curious.
In the way that you and Scratch have been talking about it all night, you're talking about only persuasion as in a direct way to win elections, which I understand.
Wait, I'm sorry. Wait, Oslo, you didn't answer my question. Oslo, I asked you a very direct question. Oslo, I asked you a very direct question.
Cringy, I'm answering, which I understand because you're part of the Un-F America tour, and that whole thing with Mercedes is like, we have to win elections. That's that goal for that movement. For the Un-F America tour, their goal is winning elections and winning over the people that you say we can't win over with this slogan, but a quote-unquote slogan. I don't think it's a slogan. I think it's a rhetorical device.
Why?
That's not
Okay,
the goal.
I
don't believe
wait,
that's the
Oslo,
goal of Emma and
Oslo, I present you a study saying that there is a section of political slogans.
Yes, and I don't believe
which
this
is
is a
political
slogan.
slogans
You're not
profiling an
listening.
issue, and this specific slogan falls into is pretty good, which is
I don't
again
believe this is not a slogan.
a
I
slogan.
don't believe this is a slogan. It's not
that
going on
pres-
bumper stickers. It's not going on hats. It's not going on T-shirts. I don't believe this to be a slogan.
Okay, this again, it falls directly into the category of a political slogan profiling an issue, a slogan that suppresses all other elements except the issue, social issue, into the background, and is connected to the concept of political enemy, in this case, men. This maps on like one-to-one.
I don't believe that anything that I've ever heard from Jody or Emma are saying that men are an enemy. I don't know, because you've been in these spaces. You seem to think they're saying men are the enemy.
Yeah, I mean, in the like linguistically, I would say this particular slogan would fall into like it would fall into the category of like you're making men the enemy.
That's why it's not a slogan, because it's not like an us versus them. It's like a call for help or a call to action.
Well, wait a second. I'm sorry. Wait a second. Wait, it's all men is literally. I'm sorry. Wait a second. So the example given in the study was labor isn't working, and it was a UK political campaign slogan for the Conservative Party. In that sense, they were saying that labor is the problem. Like the Labour Party is the problem. When we say it's all men, we're saying men are the problem. Men need to do something about that. Men are the problem. You're identifying men as the enemy. That's literally the slogan. This maps on one-to-one.
I don't believe that. No, I don't think so at all.
I just gave you. What do you mean? What do you mean you don't believe so? Can you like refute my argument or give me like some sort of like substantive like
no,
disagreement?
we don't need to refute the argument. Actually, if you two would like to schedule a debate, we would be happy to host you. But thank you so much, Oslo, for
Either here or
coming up.
CT, for sure.
Oh yeah.
Hi, everyone.
Thank you so much,
Hi,
Oslo.
Oslo.
I'm gonna go ahead and drop
Thank
you
you.
down. Hey, Fenced Up Shed, how's it
Or
going?
if you want to come back.
Based.
Shalom Chaverim, as the resident debate talk Jew and Groiper destroyer.
Allah Akbar.
Cringy and Scratch definitely get the Jew pass from me. I can't turn on my camera to show my Magen David, but yay Jews, and I think they're we don't have to get into it. I think their analogy was a one-to-one. And the reason why you guys said it wasn't a one-to-one wasn't stated, but that's beside the point. So I have a question for Jody and Emma. So do we care more about effectuating change or just talking about change?
Are you serious
Got 'em.
right now?
Yeah,
We were the
do-
ones
do
that
we-
were advocating the whole time for actual change, not talking about a sentence.
Okay, good. So we actually want change to happen. Can change happen without people making policies to help change the
Okay, went over
structure?
multiple-
And like wait, I'm still talking. Like you guys really we're calling him out for interrupting. Because like as we were talking about the Civil Rights Act, the Civil Rights Movement, obviously it was to get African American people to be able to vote so they can affect change. So if we're just talking about affecting change, why would this not be political? Why would we not be trying to get people elected to affect this change that we're trying to get done? We all agree needs to get done.
Hopefully that was the end of the question.
Yeah, that
and
was
Emma and Jody, go ahead and
more of a
respond.
statement. Well, we've
Yeah.
already seen a change effectuated. This isn't the first time we've ever argued this. We've had multiple endless panels. We've been a part of other panels and other debates with this. Went over, if you listen to the entire debate, I did respond to the one-to-one. I did provide evidence as to different movements that have effectuated change with on a societal level. Certainly, we haven't gotten to the legislative level yet, but we know this is a newer structured argument. So, I mean, I also went over that.
Yeah, I mean, I understand Sorry, were you still going?
No, you're fine, hon. Go ahead.
Okay, I was saying, obviously, I understand rage bait to get people to engage with the topic, and I do think it's very effective to get people to engage with the topic with rage bait. But when you take the rage bait to a degree where it turns people off, the majority of people off, obviously it's going to get some people to talk to you. But when it puts men automatically on the defensive, even people who agree with you, which you can see from like this debate, obviously we all agree the patriarchy is something that needs to be dismantled. And it's absolutely horrible, but people who obviously agree with you like are getting put on the defensive. So for example, I would say something like the Me Too movement or saying like Me Too is probably a better slogan. Of course it doesn't have the rage factor to it, but is probably a better slogan rather than something that demonizes men and puts them right away on the defensive. Me Too.
Yeah, it's not a slogan though. Like that's the thing. And if men are feeling uncomfortable, it's probably for a reason, right? Like there's a reason why we're having these discussions.
I'm just gonna say, I said this several times. I just said it about 30 seconds ago. Again, this isn't my first run at this. I've had multiple debates, like ad nauseum on this, multiple discussions rather than debates too, where we've had open panels. We've had also men do full men panels on this to just spread the message and explain to other men from their point of view what this means to them and how it can be effective. And it has been effective. And I've had many people come and change their mind and talk to me personally about how they appreciate that I took the time to actually not fucking scream at them or indict them as horrible men, but in fact, just educate them on some of the things they didn't realize was actually happening in our society so that they understood the importance of this message and the statistics behind it. So I appreciate your your very brief understanding of the implications of what this is, but this is something that has been effective, and I outlined that throughout the debate and also just now. Thank you.
Okay, I understand what you're saying. I mean, of course, I disagree. And then just a really quick second question. What's the difference between an ad hom and an insult? Anyone can
Don't
answer
really
that.
need. I don't think we
We got
really
it.
need
All right, let's
all
move
of
on.
that.
Okay.
Thanks
Yeah,
for
there's
joining
a
us,
big
Fin
difference.
Shed.
Yeah, of course.
I'm gonna go
This
ahead
isn't my main account. My main account's Noah.b25. Y'all can follow me. Have a good one.
That's
Okay, I'm going.
Gotta go
See
ahead
ya.
and give you a follow, Vince. But thank you for joining us. Hey, Brent.
Oslo,
how's it
come into
going?
my live. I'm going live like right now, so I need you to come in so we can debate. Bye.
You have to wait, Cringy. If you leave, oh, you a little.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be
Sorry,
honest with you
Mojo, I
guys.
stayed and I didn't even want to be here anymore because I've been so mentally defeated by this. Yeah, we won, but it feels like we didn't get anything out of it. And I think they were disgusting and carried themselves in an obviously disgusting manner. And now he's going to go try to promote his own thing off of your live, which I think is even more disrespectful.
That's
all I
fine.
have to say.
Wait, that's fine, Jody. I'm sorry, and thank you for being here. Thank you for spending the
Wait,
time to do this.
Cringy came back.
Yeah, I
I
was
just
just
want to
joking.
point out that critiquing the tone of the oppressed is a distraction tactic. It shifts focus from the harm to politeness. Like, we are literally distracting from the actual fucking issue.
Stop.
Cringy.
That's okay. Yeah, here we go. See?
Cringy. I'm gonna try to give you some advice, like out of good faith. Dude, I've listened to you. You have some really good fucking solid points sometimes. I actually love watching your lives and shit. But you are known by the company you keep, and I think some of the people that you keep around are fucking bringing you down, bud. And also, I think one of them is your brother. Like, the arrogance, the fucking...
Sorry, I don't know what to Brooks. I'm not disowning my freaking twin. I don't know what to say, dude. Like, it's a lifelong bond. I can't do that. It's
no,
not something that's in the cards.
I get that, dude, but also, you are your own person, you are your own man, and you decide how you act, and you act very different when you are not around him. So, like, pick and choose who the fuck you are. You do not have to follow him, you do not have to follow anyone. But you should, like, stick to what you fucking know, because you're really good at it, but don't be a dick. Because no one listens to you after you start being a fucking dick. It doesn't
That's
work
the only-
for you.
Wait, that's
You're
the only reason
smart.
I like the kid.
No, he's intelligent. He's smart as fuck.
Mojo, I'm going to fight you. I swear to God. Don't fucking play with me tonight.
Based Mojo.
No, you are super
Based.
fucking intelligent.
Ultra
you are-
based.
I'm
Super
gonna
based.
fucking fight your bitch
Omega
ass.
based.
Cringy, you are super
I'm ready.
fucking
I'm ready.
intelligent.
You're gonna beat up an old man now? Really?
Well,
Cringy, you are super fucking intelligent, and it's being ruined by some of the shit that's coming out of your mouth, bro. It really is. You're really good at this. Stop throwing the dumb shit in there, and people will listen to you, and they won't, like just fucking listen to the dumb shit, because you probably made some solid points, but no one fucking heard them.
Cringy.
No.
You gotta,
This debate was structured so badly. I really wish you could just do this over, but I don't even know if that's in the cards at this point. But
you want a mulligan? I think holding a debate on this topic is good and stuff, but I gotta say, Cringy, that we can't, like, with the insulting and, like, I think debates optically, like, you're trying to sell your point, right? So if you want to sell a point that gets other people to see what you have to say, the only thing I can really say is, like, insulting or, like, interrupting, it doesn't get people to hear your position. Every other point made, even if it's a good point, gets thrown in the trash because the only thing people will focus on, insults. And it's like that. It's not the best debate tactic.
I 100%
That
agree.
is a-
Scratch was
that is an
like
amazing
way
hat,
too
though,
hard.
Mercedes.
Yeah, you joined in with him, bud.
Can I say something since I was next, I guess, before you
Or he was not responding to any of his Discord
Wait,
messages.
Hold on, Cringy. Go ahead, Brent.
Yeah, so I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Like, I was at the airport and I boarded my plane, and then I was listening for the first 30 minutes, and all it was Scratch and Jody basically attacking each other the whole fucking time, and I turned it off because I got fucking annoyed. I kind of understood Cringy's point, and it seemed like the argument was going past each other. Maybe it changed after that, but like, you guys just weren't communicating. And I think that's a highlight.
Speech
Hold on,
after
hold on,
that.
hold on, hold on.
But that's okay.
I think that's a highlight. It's fine. I think that's a highlight that I want to bring up, right? Communication, there's a sender and a receiver in every communication, right? And I think it's important that the receiver and the sender both come to the same point, right? Like, so if this receiver is receiving a separate point than what the sender is trying to intend, like, I think that needs to be discussed, right? And obviously once it turns into a tax, I was like, well, this is going fucking nowhere. So I turned it off. But with that said, like, I think, and Cringy, correct me if I'm wrong, but your guys' overall point is like, let's come up with a better way to get a coalition of the willing, right? Not necessarily for vote. I mean, you did say votes, but I think that's a poor argument. I think a better argument would be a coalition of the willing, meaning like, so let me give you an example. I'm in the Air Force, right? Everyone kind of knows that. The way this is taught, so it's something called SAPR training, sexual assault and prevention. Something, I forget, our response, I think, I don't know, whatever. They basically teach everyone in the Air Force, hey, intervene in a way, right? Whether you're the type of person who can intervene directly, you're a type of person who can delegate and ask someone else to intervene on your behalf, or try to basically trick the person who's doing the action and confuse them. Because normally this type of, I don't say normally, a lot of times alcohol is involved, right? And if you're talking about a public place and they know each other, and I want to give an example of something that just happened last night with me, right? I didn't know these people, but they knew each other. I was at a bar. It was my last night at that location. I was at PCS. And some other group of people were there for some course. And they're out at the bar together. And I noticed a guy, like, sexually assaulting a woman, essentially. And so I fucking confronted him in front of all of their friends, because none of them fucking did anything, right? I intervened, right? And then here's what was fucking crazy, because I told them, I was like, hey, guys, you need to get this guy the fuck out of here. He's done, right? And then they started to attack me, and one of them wanted to fight me, which was super funny, because I was like, bro, swing, watch what happens, right? And they didn't know who I was, and I knew they were all in the military, and they probably knew I was in the military. So it was a bad decision on their part for them to even fucking do anything. And then someone else intervened in that confrontation, and then they ended up leaving, like, they took that guy who was being the assaulter and brought him, they left the bar with him. The point is I think there is a possibility where we can actually change the slogan, I guess, if you will, and say intervention is key or something like that. Like, because that's really what you guys want, right? You want people to intervene when they see something and not just let it happen. Like, that's the intent. Am I right?
Okay. So while we have the moment, though, Brooks and Brent, y'all have both kind of given your kudos and some advice. So I'm going to go ahead and drop y'all down and bring up some more people so they can give the kudos and ask the questions. But thank y'all so much for joining.
Re-ask your question, Brent. What did you want Cringy to answer there?
No, it wasn't Cringy. Cringy, did I understand your point pretty well? That the idea is to win hearts and minds? Yes or no?
Yeah, obviously, yes.
Okay. And I guess for the girls, my question was, sorry, ladies, the question was, do you think that there's a better way to try to get people, to try to grow a coalition of the willing?
Yeah, I listen, I tried to do that. We discussed that tactic. We changed it to good men good men hold all men accountable. Sorry. And I wasn't getting the conversations that I had gotten before. And like I've said several times tonight, I've had person after person come to me who didn't originally understand It's All Men Until No Men, and had taken the time to listen to our conversations. And when we got past the slogan and actually spoke about the real issues behind it, and have, said, I totally get it. I apologize for any defensiveness I had originally. So I again have felt that staying with this slogan or this messaging, I should say, was successful, has been effective. And I think people need to just be able to come to the table and say, yeah, okay, if you're taking it defensively, all right, well, let's have a conversation about it. I'm not trying to indict all men. I like men. So let's have a conversation and let's not be so sensitive, I think.
I feel like if you're gonna disown or leave the cause because of one sentence, then you were never committed in the first place to a movement, to advocating for women and the people, because it's more than just the one phrase. So I stand by
It's crazy
the
that
statement.
you guys put me in that category. I think it's crazy that you can say those things.
Category Mojo, you're
I
a
am.
man.
I'm
That's all
in
it
that
is.
category.
No, you're not. Okay, you
What
can
you
tell
guys-
me
what you
that.
both
Are we going to
just
turn it
said-
into a debate?
What you
Oh
both
my
just
God.
said- No, not yet,
Mercedes,
not
I
yet,
can't.
not yet. No, that's fine. They want to go after this, but you guys, what you both just said was putting me in that category. I'm one of those men.
You
I'm
gotta
one of the
get your head
people
out
that
of
you are
that.
targeting.
Nope.
It's not about the men.
It's not about a
It's not-
target. It's not about a target. Not about a
It
target.
is because you said you want to draw people in and you want to draw men. in
Mojo, I'm
specifically.
gonna fight
You're
you again.
targeting
I'm
men.
just gonna
You are
fist fight you. I
absolutely
think that'll get.
targeting
I
men.
think that'll get us through this.
The defensiveness is like something you have to work through. Like I can't make you work through
You
that.
know,
Like you got to get through
I'm
that
sorry
yourself.
that you don't care that men have feelings. I would think that you guys would understand that men do
Mojo,
have feelings
please.
and you would accept that because I think you promote
Mojo.
that.
Mojo, stop. Because you know that's not my position. You know that.
I don't not care about men who care about actually like supporting women and their safety don't care about the fucking sentence.
So you were putting me in the category other than that, and that's ridiculous.
No, I'm not putting anyone in a category.
Just
People put
did.
themselves in a category. I'm not putting anyone anywhere.
So, hi, Martina. Hi, Reed. Hi, Missy. Whoever wants to go first.
Okay. I was just going to say that for me, when it comes to the statement, I think if we look, so like when we say, because I heard someone say earlier, if a man disagrees with the statement, then and he leaves, then he was never for the movement in the first place. I guess my position on it is we see like the biggest declining rates of men who identify on the left. We see a revival amongst young men when it comes to moving right. A lot of them attribute it to this type of messaging. That is why I take the position that this kind of messaging is harmful. So if you have one or two people on your panel and you change their minds, that's great. But the overarching demographic of men view it to be ostracizing. And as a result, they have reacted because we live in a reactionary society. And then they've moved right as a result. I think we all understand what it means, what the actual statement means, but the people who need to understand what it means are refusing to understand what it means because they're automatically put on the defense. Like we're not leaving the door open for them to come in and have a conversation. We're shutting the door with this sentence, and all they see is a close sign, so they walk past.
Mercedes, when I had good men hold all men accountable as an alternative, right? People scrolled past.
Yeah, I understand. And that's the biggest problem, I think, when it comes to like social media in division is the reactionary is what gets the people either talking or it gets the views or it gets the numbers up. The problem with that is like, so that the reactionary to that is, so you might have someone in the panel who's speaking and they're like, oh, maybe I understand that. But you've had like 15, 20, on the fence or like younger conservative guys see that and scroll past and be like, see, I knew women, HATE, all men, and it just confirms their reality. And then they never want to talk to us or like give us.
See, but I'm very close with a lot of people on the right. Like I get shit. I
was a right wing influencer.
I know
so
you. I know. But I'm saying I
all
get
my
shit
friends
for
are
it.
conservative,
and so I talk to them, and I've had them come around, right? When I have panels about this, I have moved past the fucking slogan. They get in the door and I say, let me just tell you this, right? And I tell them the fucking actual data behind this. And once they fucking realize that there's medical discrimination, economic disparities, and they see the numbers, they see the fucking statistics, they go, you know what? I fucking get it. I can't even be mad at this now. And that's okay. And that's fucking fine. And if there are men who don't want to take the extra 5 minutes to sit there and make sure that they're like not being indicted as a terrible person, then fuck them. I don't know what to tell you. Hopefully they'll listen to another panel of mine where they come in and see that I have people from all walks of life come in and get it. Like I can talk to anybody, but you got to give me a chance too. You're not going to, there's not going to be a single slogan that I could pick, Mercedes, that is not going to get some sort of, well, I don't get it. This doesn't make sense. It doesn't apply to me. There's always going to, these slogans, the point of them are that they are provocative and controversial.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, no, and I get, like, I understand. So I understand that provocative and controversial will push someone to respond. And I do understand that. But what I guess is like what I hope to get other people to see is for the small people who just decide to respond to the provocative statement by coming in and actually listening, there's one person who does that, while there's 30 people who see that statement and decide that they're never going to give the left a chance, that they believe the left is a bunch of.
How do we calculate that though?
Yeah,
I mean,
I think
that
we'd
seems like
calculate
a-
it. I think
Right.
we'd calculate it based off of the statistics. So, like, if you look at any articles, like 10, 15 years ago, people were arguing that the right is dying, that they're on their last breath, that the younger generation is going to come out and like pretty much stomp these people out. And then all of a sudden we had a revival where Republicans ran on this idea that the left hate all men, especially like white straight men, and that sold really well amongst them. And then it was reinforced by taking content by left wingers or taking like statements that left wingers make like that and then blasting it, even though it's a small minority maybe saying these things, but blasting it in a way that's over and over and over and over again, exaggerating it to their audience to get them to believe that we hate all men. If you ask anyone on the right, or majority of these people, they believe that the left does not like men, that we just don't like straight white men, that we hate them all. And this, I think this messaging
we
exaggerates
we
it.
still have people in the queue that we have to get through, and I don't want to hold these people, my friends here, hostage any longer than I have to. So I want to get through the rest of the queue. But thank you, Mercedes, for
Thank
being
you,
up.
Mercedes. Mercedes, you can
Jody,
always
I love
pick me
you.
up. Yes.
Emma, I
Thank you
love
so
you.
much,
You guys were
Mercedes.
so sweet, so respectful.
Love you, man.
Thank you.
Have a great night, Mercedes. So, Martina, are you here with us? Reed?
Hi, I don't know if you can hear my Wi-Fi network
Hey,
is, I
Reed.
guess, resetting. I don't know if you can hear me.
Yes.
Martina.
All right. Yeah, sorry about that. My question is really to the host, the mod, and the panelists. Do you think that this panel was more helpful or harmful, and why?
Who would like to go first? Go ahead,
Does
Emma.
anyone? I think that any conversation that we can have like this, where we can get information out, is helpful. People are going to be able to disseminate the information, and the people that are genuinely trying to have a good faith discussion, and people that are being disingenuous and just come to rage bait and troll. And so I think people can make their own decisions, and I think they will. And I stand by what I say, regardless to what the other person does or how they act. I can only control myself. So I think that the information I gave was helpful, and everyone is welcome to come and discuss it with me at any time that I have a panel. And yeah, I don't know. I think it's always helpful to have discussions like this. So I mean, it's telling how people act. I think it's more of them telling on themselves, honestly.
Yeah. Do you think harm was done to you though in the process?
Unfortunately, being a woman, I'm used to dealing with bullshit, and I wouldn't say harm is done to me. I've had worse happen, so I'm okay. I'm fine, and I'm just happy to get information out and to have a platform where I can talk to people and they'll listen. And yeah, I'm fine. I just hope everyone else is good. Jody's good. But I don't appreciate people trying to lash out at others for sharing information and an opinion and debating.
Yeah. I I think when we say things like we're women, so we've been through a lot of awful shit, and so on the scale of harm, this is less harmful than other harm we experience. Like we're normalizing harmful voices and behavior. I would like to hear other people's thoughts on if like their thoughts.
I, as the host, I know everybody on the panel. We've been friends for quite a long time. Emma and Jody used to come on my panel all the time before they started their own lives. We've had discussions in Discord. We've had phone calls back and forth to each other. So I consider all of these people my friends, and I will still at the end of the day. We debate, we discuss, we have arguments, whatever. Not a big deal. I think that this discussion is really important. The discussion itself. I think the message is bad, and I just want that to be known.
Wait, which
I think we do gain
specifically
something out of
though?
it.
Like, do you think that you did a good job controlling the level of misogyny and harmful language, especially put toward women on this panel tonight?
I think the panel was a little bit different. I think I run my normal panels quite a bit differently than this one.
I know,
This was
but
a
like,
debate. This was a debate, and they all agreed to do it.
Sure, but the rules of decorum were violated multiple times, and always in the direction of the women.
Well, I will set the
That is
decorum
untrue.
how I want
I don't-
on my panel.
What debate were you
Okay.
watching?
No, I mean filthy, slimy, subhuman, a lot of
That isn't
dicks,
a,
lot
that
of
isn't a
ad-homs.
fucking that isn't a fucking gendered insult. It's horrible. It isn't a gendered
No,
insult.
no. It was slung toward the women consistently, and no one there wasn't a strikes system.
Who was
There wasn't
wait,
a
who's
there
Scratch
wasn't an
pointing-
X
I'm
number
sorry,
of
wait, who's
warnings.
Scratch going to
Hold
sing
on,
it towards?
hold on. Sorry.
What,
Do you think
were
that?
there
Do you
any-
think that the way
I'm
that
sorry.
your counterpart? Do you think the way that your counterpart behaved and spoke to women on this panel was acceptable?
It's not the question, obviously.
No, I'm
Uh,
asking you the question.
It's not about women. Why are
Do
you
you
qualifying
think
women?
the way that your counterpart behaved on this panel was acceptable?
No, in a lot of instances, no.
No. Okay. Not acceptable. At any point in time, did he direct that level of disrespect to a male?
Was he debating a male or males?
Multiple men came up and asked questions of him afterward. He didn't interrupt them. He waited for them to finish. He didn't sling that kind of conversation toward them.
Trust me,
Well,
he did.
I'll tell you what. How about you have a
Like, we
conversation
can watch
with
the
him?
VOD.
How about you have a conversation with him instead of talking to Cringy about what happened with him?
What, no, so here's my overarching point. You're hosting a panel trying to say that you want to bring more men into a conversation about holding men accountable. But
I
you
didn't say
yourself,
that.
you're
I didn't
yourself,
say that
you-
at all.
Okay, so you yourself and your platform are part of a problem, as is Cringy, as is Scratch. The way
Okay,
that
you don't
this
have to be
topic
here.
was
Nobody's
handled-
forcing you to be here.
No, I understand,
Yeah,
but you
literally.
invited people up to critique, and now I'm critiquing the moderation and the hosting of this. If you want to do better and not do harm, don't platform harm. Have rules of decorum, hold them, and drop people. Don't just
don't
post
understand.
harmful behavior to
Okay,
get more
you go
clicks
do
and
that
more
on your own
gifts.
panel, and you let me run my panel. Then how
No,
about that?
I know. I don't like performative allyship, and that's what this
I'm
is.
sorry, you don't have
That's
to be
what
here.
this is. I know I don't have to be here. And I think it's obvious to a lot of people, but like performative allyship is gross. Y'all are harmful, and we should all stop participating in this shit. We should
I don't
please
know
stop
what
gifting me.
misogyny- I'm
Everyone
sorry,
who's
I don't know
gifting me, stop, because it goes to these hosts who are a problem. Do not gift
I don't
me.
know.
But
I don't
Hold
know
on.
what to tell.
But
I'm sorry.
y'all-
Wait. I'm
y'all-
sorry. Wait. I'm
this-
sorry. I
this
don't know what
is-
to. I
hold
don't
on.
know what to.
Cringy,
I don't know what to.
hold on.
The point is,
Cringy.
my point is, if you want to do better for women, be better. To the chat, if you want to do better for women, don't go into rooms like this and throw coins, because the hosts make money off of it. They're not trying.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Mojo.
That's-
I'm robot. I'm sorry.
That okay,
Don't be
so there
sorry.
are a
That
couple
wasn't you.
bridges.
You didn't do that. You didn't
There were a
do that.
couple
I'm just-
bridges too
it's-
far. So one of them, yeah, it's the interrupting. Like you're in a formal debate, you agreed on the styles, you agreed on the subject, you agreed on the format. It was outside of my control on the styles and format. I didn't know until now, but it's a learning curve. It's for me to moderate. And no, Specifically, Scratch should not be saying that stuff. I mean, honestly, Mojo probably would have dropped him if this was a
Yeah.
normal panel, like right
I,
off the
I
bat.
actually would have dropped it if I actually heard it happen. So I wasn't paying attention at the time. I came back and then it was too late to do anything about it. I probably would have dropped him at the time.
But
So,
specifically, there's a
reference.
reason why we don't, because you four agreed to participate in this, and we are simply hosting. Like, this is like a venue, and you got people at Woodstock throwing bottles and stuff on the ground and leaving a mess. Like, we're just the venue, and I'm trying to, host as neutral as possible to make sure all points are heard. So the problem with his rhetoric and stuff, yeah, it's a problem, but we can't just simply drop him. Like, this is already a formal debate that 4 people agreed and planned on. That's you can have whatever, feedback for us on how we do it, but once again, the particular styles and systems are what was requested out of the debaters. So I don't know how else to help you other than tossing everybody else's stuff out and saying we're going to do it this way and this way only.
Yeah, I agree. It's just when people come up here and say like there's misogyny and like the only 2 people
there
in the
is,
debate is
though.
women, it's like such a brain dead take.
What? Brain dead? Are you calling what she said
Yeah,
brain dead?
Yes, that was a brain dead take. Yes,
Well, no,
110%.
specifically there was some, and I will actually concede on my part that, yeah, I let a lot of it go along, but that was in the rhetoric. And once again, I was simply helping the venue. I was not one of the debaters. That's why I did not drop him. If it was a normal panel, Scratch would have been gone the moment he started doing that.
And he knows that.
Okay.
Okay,
So
so
just to check, we're calling women brain dead and subhuman.
All the name, it's the names. I'm not understanding what this is.
Those weren't gendered insults.
it's
though.
so
Like,
gross,
if you said something like "make me a sandwich," bitch,
Cringy,
like,
I'm not
I would
fucking, it's not
obviously
about
agree.
gendered insults. I don't care if it's gender. Do you not get this? The way that you've held yourself tonight is so
Yeah.
fucking disgusting and despicable. You've embarrassed yourself completely, even within your own fucking community. Are you serious?
I would say
Please
don't
recognize how you've carried yourself and take ownership and say, I could have handled it better. People might have listened to me. Something might have resonated tonight other than my fucking insults to people. That's the problem, Crunchy. And especially because Emma and I have been friends to you and friends to Scratch and supported you guys. And the way you talked to us
Jody.
as if we freaking unalived your family members. You've been absolutely disgusting.
Jody, do I control Scratch or his actions?
Cringy,
Yeah,
you said things
shouldn't,
too.
You shouldn't defend them either. You shouldn't
Yeah.
defend them either. I'll agree with him on that.
Making you a saint.
And I don't think it's your
guys.
responsibility to
Hi,
defend them.
Hey,
I'm-
Jess.
I'm sorry, but Martina came up here because you guys asked for the critique. And then when she left, the whole point is that you're allowing somebody up here that's giving bad takes on and performative misogyny, right? And then she leaves and he calls her brain dead. And he's still here. So that's the whole point, right? The whole point
He said it was a
that if
brain
you
dead
want-
take. He was
And-
talking
and
about
that's
Oh
still-
my god. Okay,
you're
Mojo, I'm leaving.
talking
This is
to-
just not productive.
No,
Bye.
wait, I wanted to ask
Bye.
Cringy something. Oh my
Bye.
fucking god, bro.
The whole point is, right, is that if you are going to be an ally to women and you want to hold a panel like this, when women tell you that some of this stuff was harmful, then take that in and learn how to be better, right? That's what we do when we talk about like marginalized communities, right? You want to be an ally to women. So when a woman comes up here and says, hey, this is wrong, this is what was harmful, this is how it was performative, the response from everybody should have been, no, you're totally right, and this was the first time we did this, and next time we're going to be better, we're going to take what you're saying into consideration. Every woman up here has told you that these 2 men that were up here today were fucking harmful. They have all said it multiple times, right? So yeah, because Martina came up here and said, hey, this was not okay. This is harmful to the community. You guys have to understand, as women, what we've gone through, especially recently with this administration that's happening. So like, this kind of stuff can be harmful, right? So you want to be an ally, so be better. Nobody's trying to hurt your feelings. Nobody's trying to deplatform you. They're trying to tell you this is harmful. You can do better.
I will
And as soon
always
as,
be
as
me.
soon as,
I will always be me.
but
That's
you
all there
as
is
the
to it.
host, if you want to host a platform on allyship,
I will
allyship for
host.
women,
I did
then
not
listen
do
to
that.
them.
I was not doing that. That's not what this is.
So what is this?
This
It's
is
a
a
debate.
debate about all men until it's no men.
And
And it was brought forth by Emma and Jody, and Cringy and Scratch agreed to have it.
okay, so Emma and Jody, I'm going to ask you guys this question. Do you feel like this was harmful to women having two men up here who were extremely misogynistic and gross towards women?
The way this happened tonight, absolutely. This was disgusting.
Okay, so
but I don't put the blame on Mojo and Brobot. They're also adults, these two that we also didn't think that they were going to approach it this way, to be honest with you, or we would never have this debate, Jess, to be honest with you. But I agree, this was not fucking effective in any way.
Right. So when it started becoming ineffective, host, the point is when it starts to become ineffective and it starts to be harmful, you as the host, we're asking you to hold some accountability within. It is all men until it's no men. And this is exactly why, because men need to hold other men accountable. So when the men started being gross and like
so
really
again,
bad,
you're going to put
like,
me in that category, and I'm
yes,
just not
I'm
going to allow it to
asking
happen,
you,
especially not on my
yes.
platform.
Yes, I am asking you as the host of the platform to make sure that this doesn't happen again.
I am going to be who I am, and I will always remain that person.
So do you agree with misogyny?
I do not.
Do you
As a matter
agree
of
with
fact, I
men
kick
treating
people-
women like
As
shit?
a matter of fact, I kick people off my panel for it on a regular basis.
Except for today.
That's because this is a debate that Jody and Emma wanted.
Okay.
I didn't ask for this. I didn't set it up. I didn't demand it. They
How many
demanded it.
people
They
are in
asked
this
for
room?
it, and they were
Mojo,
accepted. Cringy and Scratch accepted.
Mojo, how many people are in this room right now?
There's 199 people in this room.
There's
right
203 people in this room right now, Mojo. You as
I
a
show
man
199.
doesn't. Okay, well, whichever number it is, it's a lot of people to be watching this platform right now for you not to have responsibility at all. For you to say, well, Jody and Emma wanted
No,
it.
I do have
Like-
responsibility. This is my platform, and I am going to run it the way I want to run it. I do not need you to tell me how to run my platform.
Okay, so you're not an actual ally, is what you're saying.
This was not about allyship. This was about a
But are
debate
you
that
an ally to women?
Emma and Jody asked for it. That's all this
Are you
was.
an ally to women, Mojo?
You can ask anybody else.
I'm not. I'm asking you.
I'm not.
Do you feel
You
like
can
you
ask
want to be an
anybody
ally
else.
to women?
You can
I'm
ask
not.
anybody else.
I'm not. I'm asking you.
I'm not going to tell you. I'm not going to talk to you about it. I'm not going to define myself. You guys can decide on my actions what you think I am.
Well, I think tonight is proving that you're not. And
That's
if you
fine.
want to drop me
If
for
you-
that, that's totally fine.
If you feel that way, that's fine. I understand.
Okay. All right.
doesn't
Just
bother
as long as it doesn't bother you that women are telling you that you're not an ally to women because of the way that you held yourself tonight, and you're saying you're not going to do anything different because you are who you are, and that's fine. I'll leave on that.
I wanted to ask Cringy a question.
Yeah, I don't know where he went.
I just think this has been so like reductive. Like the point of this was to shed light on the issues surround not only the messaging but just the reason for the messaging. And instead it has become a night of proving the messaging itself. It really has.
Jody, you
and I
guys
don't think
know.
that, and I'm not implicating you, Mojo, but I'm
But
talking
you
about.
guys know that that's exactly where this is going. You understood that that's what the argument that they were going to make, because we've had this discussion before.
Not with them,
This
I
is
haven't.
Not the first time. We've had this discussion. They were part of those discussions too. You knew that it was just going
I
to be
didn't
about
know
the
that they
slogan.
were-
That's it.
So you think I should have
That's not
expected?
true.
You think I
It
should have?
wasn't just about the slogan.
Wait,
It
I'm sorry.
wasn't.
You think I should? You think I should have expected them to talk to us the way that they did and handle themselves the way they did?
Personally, yes,
I
I
do
should
not.
think you should have.
Okay, yeah, because I didn't know that.
I
That's not.
don't.
They've
I know,
never
Jody,
talked
you
to me
came
like
in
that.
with this with good faith. I know you did. I know you really wanted to discuss this. But those two, yes, I have. I think I talked to Emma about it. Like this was going to be just them trolling the whole entire time and just being super disrespectful to throw you guys off, to make you guys do this. He doesn't give a fuck if it made Mojo look like a piece of shit. Doesn't give a fuck that it made Robot look
You
like
don't
a
really
piece
care
of
about
shit.
much of anything, obviously.
Yeah, they didn't care about how it would make anybody else look on this platform. They only cared about trolling you and Emma. That's it.
They
That's
don't
all they cared
care
about.
about like even to like stay for the conversation.
Yeah.
Like,
So
I do have a problem with that, by the way. Well, granted, it is a lot of people, and again, I appreciate you guys sticking around.
Yeah,
You
but
guys,
but we were the one getting called names and literally being just
I
fucking
understand.
dragged, and here we are still fucking putting up with it. We got people that had still come up and supported them too, and we're sitting here trying to stay as fucking respectful as possible because I appreciate that you hosted this in the first place. But Scratch Scratch was walking out of the room when I was speaking. He was laughing when I was speaking. Like, he never cared from the jump. Like, these people, and especially because they're young, they have to be held accountable. This is our youth. This is the people that are supposed to carry us through the next fucking generation. And I just think that we are not highlighting how poorly they handled themselves. This was so disgusting. It was truly disgusting, and they stood 10 toes down on it. It's like they have no fucking morality. It's wild to me.
I don't know what to tell you. CT handed it off to me. I tried to give it back to him when he came back.
I know you did. No, I appreciate you. Mojo, I don't feel that way towards you. You know exactly what I'm saying about them.
I do. And I think you understand where I'm coming from too. I mean, we've had this discussion before. We've had it in private before. So, I don't know what to tell you. I think you guys should have expected it when you asked when you put that up under CT's banner and said you would debate anybody. I'm not going to take that up. I don't want to argue against you guys about this.
That's fair.
I don't know.
Why
who
did
would
Z
except
drop though?
somebody
I'd
that
love
wants
to talk to
troll.
her.
I have no idea.
Any reason Z? Because she runs the UFA tour. Love to talk to her.
When she came in, I brought her up, but
Z,
I guess she
request
dropped
back.
herself.
Hey Z, request back up. We'd love to have you.
Okay, I'll stop now. You guys get through your questions. I think Messy's been here for a sec. And Reed, do you have anything else you want to say?
no, I'm good. I was gonna ask Cringy a question, but he left. So
okay,
you can drop me.
Well, thank you for joining us, Reed.
Yeah.
Thanks, Reed.
Toodles, love you.
Love you.
That was not my intent. I thought we were done talking.
Oh no. Silencing women, Robot. Jesus.
I am unfortunately guilty. That was not my intent, but I did it.
Hey, she's a second timer tonight, though.
I know. I just wanted to say, Emma, Jody, I'm so sorry this happened to you guys, but I've been telling you, Mercury's in the microwave.
I know. Everyone's supposed to
We said it
mind their
earlier,
business.
and I was like, "Fuck! I should have just listened." Damn it.
I've been telling you guys.
Bye, Red. Love you.
Microwave.
Yeah, you're right.
No, I've been seeing it everywhere. I've been seeing everyone arguing and getting in fights and miscommunications and crashing out on each other. Like, it's been happening a lot.
Well, this was
He's been waiting a really long time, Messy. Go ahead, babe. I'm so sorry. Hi, beautiful.
That was weird. That was just weird. Emma, your opening statement was flawless.
Thank you.
Jody, you held your own like always. And then that was fucking weird.
You okay?
You didn't have like a mushroom pizza that you didn't know where it came from tonight, did you?
No, I mean, but that's how I feel because of that whole thing. All 2 hours of it was just. I don't like either of them now. I didn't like Cringy.
Someone look at her.
Actually, I think we should have pivoted, Emma, in the middle of this argument, and we should have said, "Actually, we need to introduce Blue MAGA to the conversation."
Yeah, I just I don't understand. Reed's right. And obviously, it could have, I was trying to go into this good faith, and we were not like underscore bold and not told that this was only about the messaging, because I would not, because that's not helpful. And I've said that pretty consistently since this issue of the messaging started, because it takes away from the actual cause, from the actual issues, from the people actually getting harmed. And so that was completely false. We didn't agree to that. I did not agree to that. We had different sections that we were going to talk about. And I mean, it's not, they're very disingenuous. They act like they care. They do not care about women's issues at all, or people getting harmed. They care about themselves and making a win, Philbro, whatever it is, Blue MAGA, whatever it is. And it's very selfish and disingenuous, and it is harmful. It was harmful. So, yeah. Disrespect.
I agree with that.
Easy. How's
I'm
it
right
going?
there with you.
I wasn't gonna like let them just get off the track of what was happening, because it's like when they try to just like bring back to the messaging every time, I was just gonna keep on talking about the actual issues, because I think it's stupid.
Sorry, go ahead, Z.
Oh no, I dropped before because I didn't watch the whole debate, and nobody in the comments will tell me what happened and what they did that was disrespectful.
There were some names being thrown around, and I have it on YouTube. If you, it's same name on YouTube. If you ever want to go watch it, you can. I'll probably chop it up tomorrow and put it separate from the comments, and then put the comments up afterwards too. But that's up to you. You can watch it over there if you want. If you don't want to, that's fine too.
I believe one of the comments was a slimy, disgusting subhuman that was thrown at them.
Who said that?
It was not Quincy. It was Scratch.
Window liquor.
I want to say at first though that he did say that comment before that, but he was specifically talking about an argument that you made, not about you as a person. So I had heard him say that, but it was about the argument. Now, if I'd have heard him say it about you as a person, I like I said, I would have dropped him at that point.
Hey,
That's
Mojo.
too far even for a debate.
I mean, he called us disgusting, slimy, subhuman fucks, and we've always been friends with them. So it's just really weird.
Well, read Jeffrey's comment. I'm not repeating that, but window liquor.
I'll look. He called them a window licker. Yeah.
Knuckle dragging window lickers. Mm-hmm.
I don't even know what that means. What is that
would be
even?
that would be a bad thing for you guys to call them.
A really bad slur.
Yeah. Mag's husband used to call me a window licker all the time, and he even would go as far as like sign like
Yeah, that's what they continued to do all night. Z, just so you know, you can watch it. It'll be on YouTube, babe. But like the way, like, you have to understand, like, Emma and I have been friends with them. Like, this isn't like we don't know them, right? We've supported them as like young guys, right, in this community, and the way that they carried themselves was absolutely despicable. And I hope, like Mercedes has already said to me, that you guys hold them accountable for that, because they shouldn't operate that way, and that's not going to be that's not going to be constructive or receptive to a larger audience, right?
Yeah, I gotta watch the debate.
Yeah, so it's being streamed right now. You can go over there and look at it right now.
Yeah, I can go watch it and then come back.
Yeah, you should. I mean, it was long, Z. Like, you're gonna, but yeah.
Yeah, but you
It
can
is a
fast forward
2-hour
and
debate.
scroll through. Yeah, you
2
can fast
hours?
forward though, and you can put it at you can put it. You can put it 2 times speed. You can fast forward through it or whatever. It's still being streamed, but you can still do that anyway. So.
Okay, I'll do that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not like talking out of my ass. I'm telling you, I was like actually that disappointed. Like, I can't believe that they carried them. Like, they didn't even sound like they were on the left tonight. It was that bad. So.
What was their overall argument?
They don't like the messaging. They think the like slogan, you know what I mean, is not effective.
That part's fair.
Listen, nobody's going to be upset that we came to a debate to have a debate, right? Nobody's upset that they had a different opinion than us. That's the entire point of this.
Yeah, but Z actually said, "Oh my God, so emotional," without even like watching the debate. So I don't know what you were referring to when you said that?
I didn't.
I just watched the beginning and the end because I was watching Destiny's live stream.
Oh, it's people in
I
Texas.
think when Z said it was when Vince was up here. Am I correct there?
Who's Vince?
Yeah, that lady, Martina, whatever it was.
Oh, Martina.
Oh, okay.
I thought you were saying. I was like, who's?
Yeah, I was like, that's really strong. I mean, I haven't seen the debate, but it's a pretty hardcore take.
I mean, like I said, it was like Emma and I have been doing this long enough. We've been called probably every name under the sun, but like to have people that we've considered like, you know, friendlies in this community for a very long time now, people we've supported, and we're going into this, yes, as a debate, but there's like a level of decorum. And then like for them to be like calling us things like slimy, disgusting, subhuman.
All right, I got to
whatever.
point something out here, Jody and Emma. I mean, I know you guys know I lurk around your rooms and listen to what you guys
Yeah.
are saying sometimes. I've heard you guys be called things and things that are said to you that I would not allow on my panel, and you guys keep the people up.
Oh no, we drop them. There's no way.
No,
Because
no, no.
sometimes,
I've
but
seen it
Mojo,
over and
you've
over
also
again.
said-
Things that I would kick people.
Can I say though this too? There's also been times where like you've brought something up thinking that like that's what happened and it was not the way that it happened because you weren't watching the whole thing. So like I can't speak to every single instance, but I don't fucking allow like that level of like name calling, and so I'm not perfect, Mojo, and I'll fucking admit that. But it's very hard to be like super perfect and super consistent with talking to these people every day for over a year now. But I certainly try to make sure that I'm not allowing that for sure. But I mean, I'd have to talk to you about different instances.
You have to agree though. You know how I run my panels. You know who I kick off and why I kick them off.
But there's people that I think I'm not going
Are you talking about Slayer?
Yeah, it was,
No, not just Slayer.
no.
I'm talking about the comments that are being made on your
Wait,
panel
can I just
to
can I
you
just
guys
say,
or to other women.
but so okay, so there's well, wait, what? Well, we sure. I mean, that happens, and then they go like they're
No. I've seen you keep them up and continue the conversation.
One of them most recently would probably be Patriot.
I'm not really a fan of kicking people, like in general. I don't know. I'm kind of the like opposite of the whole like deplatform jubilee.
Well, that's what we're. But yeah, no. But Z, you have to understand that's what Mojo is like. We've talked about extensively is this whole purity testing thing on the left, right?
Yeah.
And so like that's a huge thing, and don't think that we're not on that side. But the point is there's also this level of like consistency that people expect us to have when people frequent like our panels and have been for a very long time. People evolve, people change, we get apologies, relationships evolve, and then they get on our panels and there's some people that still have them blocked in other spaces, but then they're on those. There's people that Mojo hosts that I wouldn't host and vice versa. I still respect him. I don't know I can't say, even though I watch Mojo sometimes too, like I can't say every moment. I can't take a moment out of context and not know the whole live or a good portion of the live and say he made a good or bad decision by allowing or not allowing somebody on a panel. So that's all I'm asking, is to make sure that like, you know, you understand the full context of things. I have no idea what was referred to.
Yeah,
I will also
I'm
say
not gonna
perfect.
I'm not gonna name names. I'm not gonna go into it. I have no interest in canceling anybody.
I know.
These are people that
Well,
I
it kind
just
of feels
have-
a little bit weird to bring it up right now then, right?
I don't know why
Because
Mojo's
I
trying to
think
equivocate in the first place when he said that he wasn't even paying attention enough to be able to take any kind of action.
Holy crap. Yes, I was paying attention. I didn't hear that particular comment, and the comment that he made in the exact same way before that was about what they said, not who they were. I'm not sure if you heard what I said or not. I don't know if you were
You
listening.
said, "I'm sorry, I wasn't paying attention at all, so I missed
Okay, so you didn't hear the rest of that. I got you.
Yeah, it's specifically what I had addressed whenever I first heard it. He was talking about Jody's particular argument or point. I called that out, like we don't need to go into any kind of
You did a few times.
directional ad hominem. Like it wasn't Jody specifically or Emma specifically. He was talking about the point, but it still is degrading because they were the ones that made the point.
I agree with you guys that they were over the top tonight. Like I said, they would have been kicked from a regular panel at any time for a lot of the shit they said. Different thing. Debate.
I know why you
guys,
kept them, Mojo. I know why you kept them. I understand. I don't think you need to explain that. If this was another case and you had left them up and it was just an open panel, completely different story. But I do think that I will say this though, I agree with some of the women that came up that said they could have been corrected more. They could have said that's absolutely like not acceptable. It's disgusting. Robot did it a few times, Mojo. I know you were kind of probably just in the background, but like, I mean, like, thanks, Z. Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying that seriously, like this is the stuff that we have to be pointing the fuck out, right? The whole point of our conversation today is like at the end of it, right, is that there are fucking problematic men in the world that need to be fucking checked. And especially when they're at the age that they are, where they're so moldable, if you will. We have to have you men, they're elders, if you will, saying, guys, this is so uncalled for. This is not how you talk to people. Fuck the fact that we're women. Talk to anybody like that. I think that is something I would ask for in the future. Just I wouldn't have asked you to drop them because we're having a debate here, a formal debate that we asked to participate in. But I would say, if you hear that type of stuff, like I don't know why I was the only one that was like, oh my God, I can't believe he just called me subhuman fuck. You know, like I had to like highlight it for somebody to say anything. And I know that you guys mean well. I'm just highlighting some things that could have been done better. That's all I'm saying. And I'm not perfect. There's things I could do better all the time, by the way. I'm just pointing that out. I hope that is understandable at least.
I think they feel emboldened, honestly, because they still like get to do debates and everything still, you know, they get to laugh. Haha, I'm leaving early and I'm not going to answer questions when people still want to ask them of me. Like it's very cocky. It's very egotistical. It's very chauvinistic,
Cocky.
honestly.
Cocky.
The
It's
actions, very cocky. And yeah.
I just want to make sure I point out that when Martina was up here and then Jess following, especially, well, mostly Martina, the only people who disagreed with Martina were the men on this panel. I just want to make sure I note that. And then you kicked her. I guess specifically because she called out any kind of grift and making sure that people weren't gifting her, which is her setting a boundary for herself, and then you kicked her immediately after. But also Z coming on and then saying, whatever Martina said, that was wild or whatever she said. I don't remember the exact words she said. But again, none of the women on this panel disagreed with her, nor did they disagree with Jess when she came up after to reiterate the points that Martina was making. And Mojo, I don't know what you mean when you say I am who I am and I'm gonna stay who I am, because I've never been on any of your lives, to be honest. But also when you said they asked for it was a wild statement to say when bringing up the point about what these two children, these bunk bed twins, were saying, let alone the insulting things that they said, like what they were saying to each other, which was generally wild, like Cringy saying Allahu Akbar to
What was
to
that?
him was like
What was
wild behavior, and you guys permitted it the entire time. The only right reason Cringy left was because he was being ran. He was being ratioed.
He's actually on Mercedes' panel right now, I think, talking shit.
Of course, because the UFA people are all their own little cohort of blue MAGA that are trash.
This is crazy. Why are you running around? Wait, hold on. Why are you running around trying to cancel people right now?
Cancel anybody. I'm just calling.
That's exactly what you're doing. You're calling
Misbehavior.
people out by you're calling people out by name. You're saying we shouldn't. This is not acceptable.
Because those were the people who were on here. I don't know what what are you talking
so what
about?
you're trying to do is you're trying to cancel people right now, and I don't appreciate that, which is exactly why she was dropped earlier, Martina. Trying to cancel people, trying to cancel me, whatever the hell's going on. I am who I am. Excuse me.
Taking criticism for canceling is wild.
Excuse me. I am an older gentleman. I'm 52 years old. I am Gen X. I am who I am. I am not going to change who I am. I do stand up for women on a regular basis on my panel. I do stand up for everybody on a regular basis on my panel. I do kick people off. I don't block them. People are allowed to come back at a different time once they've done a few laps or cooled off or whatever they need to do. If they continue to do it, I will block them. That is me on my panel. That's the way I run my panel. I would never go to anybody else's panel and say, you have to block this person. I will never bring it up on another panel. I will never say that they're over on a different panel right now talking shit. That's not the kind of person I am. So I am this person that I am. And if you want to get to know who that person is, great. If you don't, that's fine too. You don't have to be here.
Mojo, I didn't tell you to block anybody.
I'm
And
gonna
also
quickly-
maybe because you're Gen X, you don't
BCB,
understand
one
the difference between canceling and
Can I-
criticism.
Well, maybe
just wanna
because you're
leave. I
millennial,
just
you
wanna
just want to
leave.
fucking bitch about everything.
I'm really, really exhausted, and I appreciate you guys listening and hosting, Mojo. I do. Brobot, thank you for moderating and stepping in sometimes. I do appreciate it. But I'm tired. I'm mentally and emotionally exhausted. So I'm gonna go if that's okay.
Yeah.
But
Love you, Jody. Thank
yeah,
you for doing
love
this
you.
tonight.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. Thanks everybody for watching.
Thanks, guys.
Before you
I
go, Jody,
appreciate
I
it.
did want
I
to
hope
say
so,
good job.
you know, I will say I hope
Thank you.
somebody got anything out of it because we did spend a lot of time doing this, and so I hope something was retained by some of the viewers. I really do hope so because this is super important. Emma and I will continue to have conversations on this, and I hope people will listen. So thank you guys. Have a good night.
I agree with you, Jody. I just want to say I agree with you.
Oh yeah.
The actions by Cringy and Scratch are certainly something that should be pointed out in the future, and it's probably going to be a benefit to your side to show something like that.
Yeah. Thank you, Mojo. I appreciate it. All right, guys. Have a good night.
Hey, Jody.
I'm gonna go get some food. I haven't eaten dinner yet.
Thank you guys. Yeah, thank you guys so much for being here and allowing it to happen here as well.
Yeah, I wanted to say
thank
you guys, it speaks a lot to your character that you guys were able to stay up for, as long as you did and not just bounce out like those other guys did.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah. I appreciate that.
Are you gonna
y'all,
go to
y'all
bed?
are better women than me.
Are you
Emma.
going to bed, Emma?
Emma,
What?
Emma, host the panel.
Yeah, I can. I'm gonna eat something because I haven't had dinner. My stomach's rumbling.
Yeah, I ate too because I was getting hungry waiting for this. We'll see you in a little bit, Emma. But if you need to go to bed, just go to bed, Emma. Okay? That's also
All right, yeah. If you're tired, you can go to sleep.
Okay. Okay. I'm gonna go have some water and some food.
All right. Good night, Emma.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you guys. Thanks,
thank you.
Mojo. Thanks, Robot.
Thank you, Emma.
Yeah, thank you for
Bye.
joining us, Emma.
Night.
And Mojo, I will say that I did hear a rumor about a certain group of people that were planning on using this opportunity to try to make you look bad somehow.
That's fine.
Yeah.
I'm used to that. It doesn't bother me.
Okay,
Yeah, I mean, especially when a guy comes up here and says Mojo's a grifter, I just kind of chuckle inside because I'm like, yeah, keep calling the Marxist a grifter.
The guy who never asked for gifts, the guy who never asked for anything on my panel.
I will
The
say
guy
that
that shut down a panel because he got what was it, like a yacht or something as a gift?
Yeah.
He got mad and just shut the whole panel down.
I will say I know that Mojo, you do stick up for women a lot of times on your panels, and you try to make them be heard. But I am curious when you say like, "Oh, I don't like it when you group me in with those people" or whatever. What solutions do you think that's offering to the problem?
Well, that's why I put up that other prompt. That's why I put up that other slogan. I think that's a much better slogan. That's something I could get behind. That's something that I would argue for.
Mojo, I just want to clarify. Nobody's trying to cancel you, right? Like I'm trying to clarify. Like we're not chasing you around to cancel you. I wanted to come up because as a woman who consistently on this app deals with this stuff every single day, watching what happened tonight harmed women in general. And I was just trying to point that out to you. And the way that you responded to my criticism was not something that I would consider an ally. I don't know you. I don't fucking know you from a can of paint. I've never met you before. I've never seen your platform. I just happened to run across what was happening tonight. I'm not trying to cancel you. I would love if you could take the criticism and be better so that you can be an ally to women, because we need more men to be allies to women. So I'm not trying to cancel you, and I don't think anybody is trying to do that. We're trying to give you the criticism so that you can be better in what you're doing, because what you're doing could potentially change people's minds, but you can only do it if you're taking the criticism from the women that are affected.
I would love for you to get to know me before you criticize me.
Right, but tonight was not a good example of that, Mojo, and that's what I'm trying to explain to you, because
So
you have,
get
if
to
you're
know
going to
me.
be an ally, you got to be an ally 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, right? Not just in certain aspects, right? So if we're telling you, hey, this is how you could be better, that could have been stopped, this could have been changed, you asked for that criticism. That's the only reason I even attempted to come up here. You asked.
I didn't ask for criticism.
You opened the panel. You opened the panel, which means
to talk
therefore
to
the
the
discussion
debaters,
is,
not to talk to me.
who wants to talk to those two men? Come on now.
Well, that's up to you. I don't know why
You're
you're criticizing
hosting the
me. I didn't say much of anything the whole entire time. All I was
Mojo,
doing
why
is
are you
swapping out
defending?
pictures.
Why are you still defending yourself? This is my question. This is
Why
what's
can't I
concerning to me.
defend myself? Why am I
Because
not
I'm
allowed to
I'm
defend
not
myself?
attacking you.
But
I
you
didn't
are.
attack you.
You
If
are.
you feel like this is attack, then that's a problem.
Oh, great.
Seems like an
Until
attack.
you get to know me, until you
Pat,
understand who
what
I
did
am
I
as a
say that was
person,
attacking?
I am not going to accept any sort of criticism.
What did I say, Pants Party, that was attacking in any way whatsoever?
I don't know. It just seems like your tone, kind of, and you're kind of like over talking him and stuff. I'm just saying it seems aggressive. That's all I'm saying.
Did I attack him and attack his character in any way?
Well, I mean, you don't really know him that well, and you're, trying to tell him that he should do this and that and this and that.
That's not what I said. I didn't say that one time in this conversation.
Hey, Jazz.
You said if you want to be an ally, you should do this and that.
I said, if you want to be an
ally,
ally, you have to be an ally 24 hours a day, 7 days a
No.
week.
You said you should do this and that.
What did I say you should do?
I don't fucking remember exactly.
Because I
But-
didn't tell you you should do
But you
anything but
did.
be an ally 24 hours.
That's fine. I'm not going to argue with you about it. But
Well,
if you
because
want
you
to,
guys
if you
are
want to
saying
get
that
to
I
know
did
me, you can
something
hang
that I
out.
didn't do. You guys are
If you wanna
saying
get-
that I did something that I didn't do, and that's kind of a little shitty.
So
If you want to get to know me, you can hang out on a panel with us. You can have conversations with us. If you don't want to get to know me, that's fine.
No, I'm good. Pants Party, I was up here before, and then after I left, he addressed the fact that I was attempting to that we were coming up here to cancel him, and I came up here to clarify that I definitely was not trying to cancel
Wait,
him.
I didn't say that either, by the way. I didn't say you
That
were
was
here to cancel me.
BCB.
You said, why are you guys coming up
BCB.
here and attempting to? Is BCB one person or multiple?
BCB and Martina, I believe.
Okay. I don't think they were trying to cancel you either. Oh, sorry, CS. Go ahead.
Oh no problem. Hey Jess, I don't really know you that well.
Hi, love.
And I just like woke up to the after party, so I apologize. I haven't been here for too long. I really just to put in my 2 cents. I really hated the way Cringe and Scratch handled that debate. I thought they were very condescending and rude. I didn't like it at all. I'm friends with I think everyone that was here and everyone probably that is here now, and I'm in Mojo's every day for hours at a time, and I will say Mojo does he is an ally to me 12 hours a day. He does. He kicks people off panel. He makes sure that I'm heard, like when misogynists are over talking me or they're just like rude. He defends me. He does the work. So whether or not his delivery or his messaging sometimes isn't, it could be off. I don't know. I just got here. I have no idea what's going on. But I will say, I want to put that in.
And I appreciate you guys defending him. All I'm going to say is that this wasn't just about the women that were on the panel today. This was about hundreds of people that were watching. And I'm just saying that as a woman who doesn't know him from a fucking can of paint, watching what happened tonight could have been corrected and steered in a better direction. It was not, can you imagine the hundreds of women that were watching this that could have heard the things that those kids were saying and been hurt or offended? Why is nobody thinking about the bigger picture? All we're thinking about is the fact that Emma and Jody wanted to have this debate. Like, what about the hundreds of women that watched this debate, y'all? Like, why is that? Why am I not allowed to say, hey, as an outsider looking in, this is what could have been better because it was fucking harmful.
I feel
Why
like
is
that's
that not
cringy
okay?
and scratch though. That is okay, absolutely, and I
But
hold
the
that
host,
opinion too.
the
I thought
host
Wait,
I,
wait, hold on. Am I supposed to tell Jody and Emma that they shouldn't do this and I'm not going to allow them to do this? Is that what you
you
want
could
me to
have
do?
kicked those men and said, I
Wait,
am
so you
not
no
going to
before
host a
before
debate
this
like
even happened,
this.
before this even
Yes.
happened, should I have told Emma and Jody that
No.
they're not allowed to have this debate?
While it was happening, you could have stepped in and said, I'm not going to host this because these men are being harmful and I need to protect my audience and not just the women up here. That could have been an option. I'm not saying that's what you have to do. I'm saying that could have been an option. And the fact that you're saying that's not an option, this was my only option,
Hey,
is concerning.
I didn't even say that wasn't an option. As a matter of fact, I said I would have kicked him if I would have heard him say that specifically about her.
It was like 2 hours of them being disgusting.
Hold on a second. What happened tonight was those women gave wonderful explanations to what they felt was the message they wanted to betray or show. And those boys proved their message, why their message was important. I don't think anybody got hurt by it. It was
Okay,
obvious.